Expecto Patronum. Take your most joyful feeling, the silliest feeling, the most funniest moment where you laughed and laughed, you feel like you're going to pee your pants, and then you use Expecto Patronum with a blue light and a wand. Whoa. Does it work? Absolutely. Welcome to Forest Fairy. My name is Mary Moses. You are in the Oracle Room. You're in the forest part of Forest Fairy. Here is a place where we talk about hats, clothing, colors, symbology, numerology, earthbound creatures, flying creatures, animals, the cat, the dog, and even one of the most powerful symbols we'll activate right now, which is the dodecahedron. What? Let's look in the dodecahedron. What are you showing us, dodecahedron? Beautiful color changing lights. Behind every pleasure and every pain is a sacred geometrical shape, and if you are being called by your higher self to become an alchemist, which is the table of your awakening and the laboratory of your divine connection to source and to God within you, and to really become a master that walks on water, well then guess what? You are walking the yellow brick road to the golden age of Aquarius. And Glenda says, tap your heels together 3 times, Dorothy. Because we are going to open something called the looking glass. I am a scryer. I do an ancient art technique. I cover a piece of paper with charcoal. I look inside, and what do I see? I see ancient truths, gods, deities, principalities, powers, spirit guides, and even deceased loved ones and friends who come forward to say something big is happening right now. And if you listen to your heart and you step into your divine truth and your destiny, then you are shifting away from the God of suffering, and you're going to go to the world of delight. A world of delight where your eyelashes are very long and you're just so delighted, and you're blinking your eyes and being so thankful for the infinite divine mother and father who truly love you and don't punish you every single time you turn around. We're leaving that world. And so please believe that. It's a wonderful time to be alive. And I'm here, and many other people are here to grow all of ourselves. We're going to begin a reading for someone from Australia, and her name is Melinda. And I wasn't able to contact her personally, but her TikTok is Trippin' Daisy. Want to see if Trippin' Daisy is here, because if you are, this is your special reading today. After this reading, now don't be impatient, you guys. If you're here, your higher self wants you to hear and see the process of scrying. Maybe you need to become a scryer yourself. Also, you may need to be upgraded in your mental inventory of symbolism. And I will be giving free readings after Melinda. So sit tight, hold on, and we will pick some of you to get receive a free reading divinely. You can donate by just sending me stickers. You can go to forestfairy.com and purchase one. But if you insist on having one and you're not waiting for Divine Source to give you one, then you can give whatever way you want to. They are free when I choose to give free ones. But if you do order one, it does cost $50 online. But the $50 reading is more than just the hour session that we have here on TikTok. You actually get a video, possibly a song or a meditation that gives you everything. Your spirit guides will help you, point you in the exact direction that you need to go, so that you're not blind to the direction that you need to be in your life. So as we go here, let's see if Trippin' Daisy is here. And if not, that's fine. This will be recorded on my YouTube channel, and Trippin' Daisy will be able to see their video in divine time. Hello, Jules. Hello, Mickey. Hello. Hello, Eloquent Eve. I love y'all's names. Hello, Lisa. Hello. Oh, happy beautiful Monday, lovelies. Hello, Glenn. Hello, Mad Scientist. I like that name too. Hello, Jason. Hello. Oh, I know you guys want a reading. I can feel it from you. You guys are like the Care Bear stare, and you're putting energy like, read for me. I can feel it. Yes. So, I don't see Thank you so much, Rain. Thank you, darling. She should be here soon. Okay, that'd be cool. All right, well, if not, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and begin. And we're going to begin by talking to Mushi the butterfly. Hello, I love you so much. Mwah. You have left a world of gravity, of being bound by the earth. And now you're metaphorically flying like a butterfly with joy. And with this joy comes knowledge. And one of the knowledge that the Mushi, the butterfly, wants to teach you is that a healthy human being resonates between 70 and 100 hertz frequency. A master, a skywalker, a flying person has learned that you can find objects of power, clothing of power, words of power, thoughts of power, and feed your spirit and your physical body to jumpstart your flight, your lightness, so that you can tether to ethereal laws. So rose essential oil has over 320 hertz. Many gurus and masters often wear cloaks made of linen because linen emits 5,000 hertz frequency, activating not only your physical body, but your biofield. And so this is a technology that many people get into because they want to activate themselves with life energy and leave behind death energy. So this is why y'all are here. All right, so let's go ahead and hear a song. And I always like to hear a song because it's fun. You can't enter the kingdom of heaven unless you have the heart of a child, and it's true. Only your inner child that's magical and innocent and fun and all of that gives you your balance and your power. And this is why I always bring silly things in your readings, because I don't want it to be so serious that you're like, because I'm like that. So thank you, Spirit, for bringing forward the inner divine messages for Melinda, Trip and Daisy, and all the sacred symbologies that you are so anxious to bring, not only for her, but for everyone here today. The divine light of love and infinite peace is here. Where there is love, there is a peace. And in the cages that bind bitter heart, it is released. Hold it close to your chest. Let it move and let it rest. For it is here to set your mind at ease. Where there is love, there is a peace. La 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 la, la 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 la. So I'm being told to really look at numerology, especially in this piece, is going to be important. And the very first thing that I see is a divine crystal symbol that seems to be an emanation crystal, like this, where it goes like this, and then it goes up like this, and bam, bam, and boom, and it bam, bam, and boom, and it's like some sort of very beautiful crystal technology that somebody is holding in their hand. And I don't know who that is yet. An invisible person back there. Okay, so hold on tight, guys, because what we're going to learn about is something that's going to take us to Egypt. And Egypt is the origin of the Matrix. So when we leave Egypt, we are leaving the Matrix. When we're talking about the god Ra from Egypt, we're going to go to Santa Claus, the bearded man, all right? And when we're talking about the bearded man and Christmas and the number 12, the 12th month, and this Rudolph, red-nosed reindeer, and then he's in a sleigh, technology like this, and the Rudolph is there with the little things like this, and then like this, and then it goes like that, and he's just sitting in that sleigh like this. And there's the other little Rudolph right here. So cute. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. It means there's a wall here. And there's a goddess who has an invisible face. She doesn't have a face. She's just going to be here to say, I'm an invisible one. I am a cloaked one. I am wearing a cloak. And I am the keeper of the gates. And so she has her arm like this, and these body languages are very, very symbolic, okay? And we have left Egypt. So there's this place that we've left, and it's a place. And this place that we left is a prison. And so the allegory of leaving Egypt is leaving the matrix, leaving ignorance, and so there's a divine mother and father here, smiling. And if you can think of the movie Tangled, where the young girl that was stuck with somebody who really just took her power and all this, and then she went and found her real mother and father, this is leaving Egypt, finding our infinite, divine, peaceful, happy, very patient, not punishing, true mother and father, means that we have entered into a new realm, and we have left Christmas, which is the 12th month, 12 hours, 12 months, 12 zodiac signs. And this is the Egyptian Book of Gates. And the bearded man, this is the bearded man that holds two ropes in the Egyptian Book of Gates. It means we have left a place. And then there are these people seated around a table right here. And so there's an elephant here. This is the name Aleph. The elephant, Aleph, the elephant, is the original mother and father. Aleph is the one. Aleph comes from where the alphabet came from. Aleph and Bet were the original mother and father of the universe, mother and father. And there's Aleph, and they're all seated around a table of the origin of the number 1 and 0. I'm sorry if this is going to go over some people's heads. It's something that you have to watch and research and watch again. So there's these little elephants here around the table. You can study about the elephant when it comes to Vishnu and all these ancient teachings about the elephant. But really, the word Aleph is a Hebrew word which represents gates. And these gates that were closed to us are now being opened to us. And our true mother and father, we are leaving the tower of suffering and going into the tower or the mansion of our divine mother and father. So it's kind of like Cinderella being stuck with a jerk stepmother, or Fiona being rescued from a tower, or Tangled being rescued from a tower, or Harry Potter being rescued from the Muggle world, and all that. So it's very much like that. And so there's a divine mother here, she's a dragon mother. Everything about her is a sacred geometrical shape. Her throat, her face, her hat, her ears, her earrings are all diamonds. All diamonds. Diamond technology. See, it's like diamonds. They just keep growing. They're just diamonds. And so here is the divine mother and father. They have wings. They are about ascension. They're about flying. And you know what's so funny? Last night, I had a dream that the immortal ones were talking to me. And they said, show me how you know how to fly. And how far can you fly? And so I showed them that I could fly. And they said, how long can you fly? And how far can you fly? And I live here in Panama City Beach. And I said, oh, I can fly all the way to Pensacola and back. So I did. I flew all the way to Pensacola and back. And they were like, oh, you can fly for a long time. I was like, yeah. So flight is a very, it's something. So there's a man here or a female here looking at a pearl. Okay, I know what this is. And this is a dragon. And she has this diamonds. She has these diamonds for her ears, and her neck is made of diamonds, and her body is a diamond. And I don't know anything about her. We will try to look very deeply into who this is. Oh, this is Smile here. And this is all about sacred geometry, my dear. Behind every pleasure and every pain is a sacred geometrical shape. And some deities and energies really get us into numerology and sacred geometry. And what they want you to do, so you're a starseed, you have a galactic family, you come from a place far, far away. Really, it's connected to the number 5. You are, you have some language over you that I'm not adept with yet. The very first thing I thought when I saw this symbol was the number 1 here. Well, anyway, for some reason and then they put an X over your face, over your head right here. It's an X. And so you are being groomed to become a master architect, like Thoth. And the reason you have to learn sacred geometry is because you have to learn to use your telepathy as a laser point, focal point energy, because in the near future, you're going to be imagining these sacred geometrical shapes in order to create reality. You'll be a co-creator. So in your physical life right now, you can do many things to become or to enhance your future self. So yeah, you could study sacred geometry. Anyway, so you look like a tower. You have a tower system around your arms, and you're many things. You're a keeper. You keep people out, you let people in. But you're a creator of reality. And so there's a piece of you, and I know this is going to be advanced language I'm going to be speaking, so many of you guys won't understand. If I offend you, please scroll on by. If it doesn't vibe, bye-bye. Scroll on by. There's a piece of you that teaches people to get ready for the Kundalini energy, because if you're not ready for it, it will hurt you, and your tower will fall, and you'll fall, and we don't want that. We want you to be ready for it, to handle it, to grow with it, and to be able to harmoniously make this shift. So there's a piece of you that's in front of this reality that is invisible, that you protect, that is called Zo or Oz. I don't know. Zo. And then Z-O-R. Well, anyway, before people enter into this kingdom, they have to be ready, because this is how it works. If you try to bring someone who's down here to fly and they're not ready, it will really hurt them. And they'll fall down lower than they ever fell. So you have a giant goldfish. And in ancient mythology, the giant goldfish is the golden age of Aquarius. You have a giraffe and an elephant, a giant elephant. And this is about listening. So the show or the movie Dumbo is about listening with those big ears. And it's also about the word Aleph, the elephant. So this is the elephant has a wolf, and so there's a little bit of a warning saying there are those who will try to stop you, there are those who will try to hinder you, there are those who will try to trap you, and the only way to not be trapped is to use your mind appropriately, not the mind from the lower world. So we have to study sacred geometry because we have to know how to use sacred geometrical shapes over our body, how to protect our head chakra, and how to use the fire tetrahedron over our heads as an imagination technique. So this is a diamond, and down here was a lion. And we left the lion, and the eyes of the black-eyed male-dominated Zeus, angry at you, punishing God, gone, no longer part of our reality, no longer part of our tower or temple, no longer part of our collective consciousness, gone, which is really good. And then there's something about the heart chakra here that says 116, 8116. There's the heart chakra here. So you're being trained to become a master architect, which means that you're going to create realities and create places. And then you have this symbol. And here's the elephant. And it has a Jewish hat over the top of its head. Don't know why. So, And you have a symbol here also. I don't know what this is. Right over your heart chakra is a particular symbol. And it's invisible, and it's like light language, and it's something that's not in the physical word. And then up here are these crystals shooting out from the head in all different directions. Like if you were to go in the center of the earth and you would find all these crystals, and they are all in like at angles, and they go out like this, and it's crystal technology. And this is what this energy is, absolutely your spirit guide. And is putting these symbols over you. So let me show you what I know about it, and then we're going to Google it. All right, this is the unwritten word. This is the communication from the unwritten word that we can try to decipher through dreaming, through astral traveling, through common sense, or whatever. We can always bounce what they're saying through gematria. Oh, John 3:16. 3:16. Okay. It means you'll never die. Immortal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:16. Okay. Sacred geometry. Behind every pattern. Oh. Hey, you're going to try to take the wand down, little Juju. Here. You can come sit down here. You want to play with this? What's this? What's this? What is it? What is it? It's cute. It's gonna get you. Behind every pleasure and every pain is a sacred geometrical shape which transmits and activates your alchemical transformation. You have now become a master of the net. You are a master architect. You have to know the geo, which means earth. Metra means measurement of the earth. It is the sacred measurement not only of the earth, but of the invisible world. You'll get into tetrahedrons because the tetrahedron, the octahedron, dodecahedron, and icosahedron has numerology connected to it. Earth, water, air, and fire. This takes you to the elephant, which is the 4 elements. You will be entering into the realm of the elemental God. It will take you to Hebrew language, and especially the name Aleph, Aleph being the elephant, because it is an activation. So to be a master of the net, it is called the net of the jewels. And when you get into the net of the jewels, this is how the icosahedron opens up as a jewel. So this master that's teaching you right now is a dragon that is a master of the jewels. I don't know exactly what their name is. I'm guessing it's Toth because he's a master of the net. But the master of the jewels is about realizing that we've been using our mind to become mommies and daddies and to use our mind for the lower realm. But now that we've been freed from Egypt and we're in the higher realm, we're going to start changing the word God to gold. We're going to start changing the word hello to halo. We're going to begin to realize that God is the grid of life design. It was always here to clear all blockages and all darkness and all negativity. And it activates you through this sacred geometrical shape that you imagine, you create in your outer reality. You can literally create it, everywhere you go, you can activate these sacred geometrical shapes. I have concrete floors and I take chalk and draw on my floor, and you can make these sacred geometrical shapes invisibly, visibly, and what it does is it activates thought forms of God within you so that you create your Merkaba and your ability to activate your consciousness, and it's actually your chariot of fire. What is your chariot of fire? Your ability to fly Santa out of what? The 12th month, the age of Pisces. So you are, there's lower worlds and there's higher worlds. And so when you get into the worlds of the macrocosm instead of the microcosm, we begin to study these frequencies, these 0-point energy. Every human has the ability to affect the material world via sacred geometry. It's a flame that ignites above your head. When you become twice born, you become the crown of creation, meaning you are a master architect and a creator. And we've been asleep for a long time. And we've been in a cosmic sleep called the winter for 5,600 years. And now we are in the cosmic spring. It is the awakening in the spring. So you'll begin to activate all your sacred geometrical shapes within your energetic field and eventually activating that flame up 33 vertebrae of your spine to the fire that flames above your head, which is the radiant sun that is your 0-point centering that not only envelops you, but envelops your entire world. Where all of a sudden you were in District 12 and nothing was in your favor. Well, welcome to District 13, which is 31 spelled backwards. And the inversion, we lived in the inverted world. And so everything was backwards. The true Bible is read from right to left. Writing was written from right to left, not left to right. So it's actually 613. And this is the place that is the inversion. So we're in the right side up world, not the upside down world, not the inverted world. So when you get into the tetrahedron fire, you're going to get into Taurus field understanding and the Vesica Piscis. If you don't know what the Vesica Piscis is, it's the very first symbol you should study and really become adept with, besides the tetrahedron. Now, we're going to look at these numbers, but before we really look at these numbers, we're going to understand, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. the word Aleph and Beth. Aleph means the one. It is the elephant. It is the origin of the alphabet is Aleph and Beth. 0 and 1, technology. We're going to look at gematria here, and then we're going to see exactly who this is, and give them a name for you. Why the number 5 is separated by the number 10. This is the number 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's the number 10. So I know that the invisible ones are called the name of 10,000 names, or 10,000 or 1,000 names, 1,000 roses, 1,000 voices. And they are always connected to the number 1, 10, 100, or 1,000. So their Aleph, the elephant, is the emanation of the number 1, is 1, 100, 1, 10, 100, 1,000. And then if that's the fourth emanation is 1,000. But if you're connected to the fifth emanation, that would be 10,000. And there's a communication about Zoroastrianism and who you are and who you originally were and how you're not in that prison anymore. You're the keeper of gates, but you're also a teacher who helps people get into that. I wonder what that symbol is right there. Hold on. I'm just wondering if it's, because I honestly don't know. I am so new to this. So it's like this right here. That one. And I don't really, it's that one. It's this one. So it is Hebrew. And I guess you and me and everybody here needs to study Hebrew for whatever reason. And that X right here, that X is Hebrew. So there's Hebrew stuff coming forward here. All right, so let's go to gematria. Where's my gematria? I have too many windows opened. My gosh. Close that one. Okay, so I think we're going to do 316, but it may be 5316. I don't know. Or unless it's telling me to do it backwards, 6135. Because you're supposed to go right to left. Okay, I'll do 6135. Should I do 6135? Should I? Okay, I'll try. 6135. This planet has a strong electromagnetic etheric field, which was taught to you as gravity. 6135. I am the teacher of numbers and words and hold the keys to the kingdom of God. I am the Lord of storms, the apocalypse. I am Jesus Christ. Well, okay. All right, then. 6135. So I am the teacher of numbers and the word, and I hold the keys to the kingdom of God. So these keys is a key that looks like a cross, but it's made of diamonds, the cornerstone. Interesting. Okay. Give me all the peace and joy in your mind. I want the peace and joy in your mind. An angel is understood to be a celestial being that acts as an intermediary between heaven and earth, and are depicted hovering in the air. Okay, so you're hovering in the air. So that's this is a communication to you about hovering in the air. So an angel is understood to be a celestial being that acts as an intermediary between heaven and earth, and are depicted as hovering in the air. So you are between heaven and earth, hovering in the air, but you yourself continue to grow through the body of the masters who want you to be like them and mirror them. That's why Jesus said you could be as powerful as him and more. Buddhism, Mary Magdalene, Sophia. Ow, that hurt, little kitty. Everybody, tell Choo Choo, I call him Choo Choo, to not be so rowdy and quit playing so much. We continue to grow. And so at first you're going to be an intermediary, and then you're going to become a place where Jesus said, turn over a stone and there I am, cut a piece of wood and there I am. You literally become a place. And then you actually create that place. And then that place becomes a place that works in your favor. So if we were in someone else's body, working with a God of child sacrifice, the I am is Yam. He sacrificed his own son. We were in the God of chaos, war, and child sacrifice. We came out of Egypt, which is the matrix, and into the world of the divine ones. And they're here just to tell you the truth. And the truth is, we are now ready to grow into who we were meant to be. And many of us were angels who had to come here to become a perfected 45-degree angle, your ability to move through hell and heaven, both, without being caught in the trap, which is called the master of the net, who does not get trapped in the net like a fish. So let's keep reading over here. Before God hovered over the waters, there gematria always was. So this is gematria. This is how numerology turns into language. So that they sent you this sacred gematria is very important. I will strengthen you and help you. You have done nothing but help me. Let's see. Yeshua will show you Dirion. Oh, maybe that's why it has two deers. What is Dirion? Dereion. Okay, let's look it up. Dereion, question mark. I don't see anything about Dirion, but I know it must be connected somehow. You can't be on there, little missy. No. No, oh, look what. No. It seemed like it was a chemical. Oh, it said dragon. It's some kind of scientific term. I don't know what it is. It's part of chemistry and some kind of chemistry or science. I don't know what it is. Well, anyway, you know what we're going to look up now is hopefully we could figure out, we need to look up 8116, maybe the name of that dragon will come forward. 8116. Oh, it's supposed to be backwards. 6118. Okay, we'll do that. Come on. I'll put you over here. Everything is backwards now. You know, I don't know if you guys ever watched Little Big Man, but there's a time when shamans do everything backwards because it reverses things. So it's like we're doing everything backwards for some reason. So 8116 is right. 8 is out of the world. 116 is in the world. Now you have 16 here also. So 6118. You are following the world, you are following man, and I am following God. So this is the language of this cloaked person. So people down here in her body says, you are following the world, you are following man, but I am following God. So you have no idea what is coming. Basically, she said, you are living in the reverse world, the king of poverty. You must redeem the time and walk toward them without knowledge. What is within is without, and without is within. And in the fire was what looked like 4 living creatures in appearance. Their form was human. They don't realize I have already won. It's all over. There is no more death. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run and read it. This is about scrying also. Being a scryer is holy, holy practice. You should all try. Well, anyway, feel free to read that. We're going to, in the meantime, look up a diamond dragon. Let's see, what can we do? Spiritual diamond dragon. Never heard of it. Never thought of it. Oh, white and gold diamonds. Gold dragon diamonds. What? What? So someone was, they were meditating, and I felt to tune in, and there was an old white dragon in my field. This dragon had been coming in for days, and it was a white dragon, and it was called the diamond dragon, and it was in their energy field. It felt like a fairy story, like a childish story, like from an illustration or a book of fairies. And it said, she breathed out, and as she did, she formed a large white sphere out in front of me. Inside the sphere, there was a book, and as she blew it, the dragon breath was creating words on the page. You don't say. She saw a diamond, a Merkaba, and it was like white glass. And this had to do with the white dragon, like a dragon Merkaba, but it was more solid than usual ones, which were more energetic. And we slowly anchor with this diamond around our energetic field and expand it as our normal body. And we establish it within both apexes until it's completely anchored and stable within our ethereal body. So when this diamond falls like a cloak around you, a cloak. Let this diamond energy fall like a cloak over your body and around you. Let it fall over you and around you and become stable. You will look around and you will see silver and white light. This diamond energy sits outside of the other 9, like another layer, but this time of completely different vibration, containing different energy and information. So this is a white diamond dragon and energy with John 3:16 above it. Ha ha ha. Then I became aware of another diamond, gold this time. Oh, look, it has the same diamonds. Oh, it has the same diamonds as the other one right there. It's the same diamonds. Then I became aware of another diamond, gold this time. This one anchored above and around the white one, but it was close like a skin, yet it was also above the white one. Then I was shown an image of the gold diamond lozenge that they found in the bush barrow in Stonehenge. And then they shown this before me as this diamond field. And Gaia, what it does, it's a method that taps into ancient ancestral knowledge. And so when you become an energetic worker, you will, so this is all about archaeology. This is all becoming a master architect. Ha ha ha. Same thing. And so, so you are spiritually being trained, whose souls are still connected. And the significance of, look at that diamond energy right there. So the vibration of these diamonds are different. And some of them are gold and some of them are silver and some of them are white. And then you will open up your belly like the earth. And the black dragon is there. And this is a large eye peering into your belly. So this is about, I don't see a black dragon. I see the diamond dragon. And this is a diamond dragon I've never heard of before. So we're starting to see things I've never even considered. The pearl is connected to the Kundalini. So when you see this pearl right here, you're going to look into the book called The Tower of Alchemy. You're going to go to the page that talks about dragons on page 167. You're going to look at how arousing the dragon is called the fiery cosmic power of radiant light, the Kundalini, which actually raises you out of a prison. And then you're going to read about the pearl. And there's adjectives like self-purification and spirit, family, team, all of that. And where was the pearl? I am a child of the earth, but my race is of the starry heavens. This is the 5-pointed star with the number 5 right here for sure. And then it says something about you're going out of bondage at this point. You're doing the great work. You're connected to the cosmic electricity. You are the phoenix of rebirth. And the pearl is in here. You give them the pearl. Let's see, it says, you're going to be given the ageless wisdom, and you will not be suffering the lower Egypt, which is where, yeah, so then Uh-huh. Anyway, when you begin reading this, the pearl is the Philosopher's Stone. And it's an awakening that takes you to a world that was not your world before. And it's an electricity, and it's cosmic electricity, and it's biofield technology. and the invisible ones are here. They are talking to you, but they talk telepathic, which is symbology, numerology, sacred geometry. And so this is what we have to advance at this time. So this is exactly how it works. For those of you who haven't been here before, thank you so much for your gifts. And I'm so sorry I'm not a very interactive. I use this as a podcast kind of because my readings, when spirit starts flowing through my mouth, I can't stop. So your biofield technology is that you were born in darkness, you were asleep. And the god of the moon was named Sin or El or Yah. But what we have to understand about the El god of the moon is that El changes as the elements change. So El is water. And when El is here or Yah is here, the I am is Yam. So the I am is Yam. And when we're in El or Yah, we are in the waters of chaos, or Yam, the god of child sacrifice, who sacrificed his own son, and the god of chaos and war. But your biofield technology works like a clock, and you're supposed to naturally, like an embryo, grow. So you become born again through Gaia, and Gaia dominates Yah, meaning that you are overcoming Yah, the darkness of the moon, through an awakening. And the reason that the element of the earth is water is because it's connected to Yam and it's a mirror. So you're 75% water, the earth is 75% water, and at first you are mirroring darkness, so you're asleep. So this is the I, which is the Vesica Piscis, when you become born again. Now, when you're born again, you go through a process that is connected to the sun, which is a trinity that is not doing anything to you. You have not activated your kundalini at all yet. So your whole life is going through elements. So at first you are pointed down. This is the teardrop. You can call it the baptism of water. Your consciousness entered into a body that is 75% water and an earth that is 75% water, and you are underwater. You're asleep and you're awakening through this program, basically. So the sun flips its magnetic polarity every 11 years. Again, we're going to talk about L. And so at first you're at the number 11, which is duality. Then the sun flips and it's 22, and this changes to this. And this shape represents an I, which means you are starting to awaken. But this shape has many shapes that communicate to you where you are when you are in 22. You are in the belly of the whale. This is flesh fighting spirit. You don't want spirit to control you or dominate you because you're afraid. So you come out of the waters, the flood, the waters, and you're a boat. Your biofield is called Noah's Ark. And so this is Noah's Ark up here. So when you, at 22, you come out of the waters and you enter into the element of air, and that air energy hurts you and aggravates you, and there's a lot of things that happen when you come out of the waters of chaos. Then the sun flips again, a third time, which takes you to 33. This takes you to fire. So this Vesica Piscis changes from a fish to an eye to a boat. It is the boat, the ark of Noah on the water, to the fire. When flesh meets the fire of the Holy Spirit that resides upon your ark or your head, it's a burning away of all that is false. It's called the deathless death, which is why Jesus died at 33, and you have 33 vertebrae in your spine, and it is a direct alignment of the bottom part of your spine to the top part of your spine, which is Kundalini fire. But you still have not made the fire go down upon your biofield yet. Not yet. Then the sun flips 11 again, and this is 40 to 4. For 40 days and 40 nights, you flip this way. This is where your eye does not have a black pupil. It is the white eye of Noah. Now you have the eyes of spirit. Now you can see the truth. And when you start seeing that truth, then you start to realize that you are 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons, L. Protons die. Neutrons die. If you are stuck in duality, you don't have eternal life. The only thing that gives you eternal life is not the moon, not the earth, but the sun. Electrons live forever. Once you reach that 44, and this isn't literal in years. You don't have to be 44 years old for this to happen. This is an awakening that happens in strange ways. Now, electricity, L. The elements, L. 11, the 11th house, Aquarius. Now you reached 44. And now the sun descended upon the moon and the earth and set fire within you. Now, when the sun hits the earth, it creates steam. When it lights up the dead moon that was completely dead, it comes back to life. This fire takes you to another plateau. And suddenly, you're the one, Neo, who needs your Trinity to get out of the Matrix. Oh boy, you need to follow the white rabbit. Here's the white rabbit. It's the white hair. It's called the Triquetra. Now you're in the realm of 13. You're not in 12 hours, 12 months, 12 zodiac signs or District 12. You are dominating time because you're not just flesh. You are half flesh, half spirit, and it has been electrified with electrons that live forever. L. L is a jerk at first because the moon is quiet and asleep and ignorant and dead. Then you awaken and L changes from a jerk to a good God. So the white hair of Noah is the ark. And when you see the white hair that comes out of the ark, it is called Hare Krishna. Now, shamans know that if you only have 2 rings of power, all you can do is react and perpetuate this current reality. They say a man of knowledge, a shaman, knows that with the 3rd ring of power, you can spin new worlds, which means you become a co-creator of reality. But not because your flesh is so intelligent, but because you are now half flesh and half spirit. And when the fire or the halo technology resides above your head, even the book of Romans says, there's no condemnation for anything you say or do, because everything that you say comes from the Holy Spirit, not flesh. Now you become holy. Now you have the crown. Now you have your halo technology. Now it's very scientific. And this science will take you to animals in your ark, the animals that entered 2 by 2. These animals aren't animals. They are spirit guides, and they will come to you as an animal because they are communicating to you. I am fire. I am an element of wind. I am an element of smoke. So that the holy dove invisibly is right here like this. If you see the holy dove, that is smoke and wind. If you see a dragon, that is fire. And if the dragon has diamonds, then this is a material of the earth that is diamond technology that is really electrons. Incredible eternal energy. Very powerful energy. And each of these elements can't be more powerful than the other. The symbol of the man on the cross means you must be in your 0 point energy, balancing all of the elements. Fire, water, earth, and air cannot be one stronger than the other. It has to be complete balance. The Triquetra, the cross, everything is about balance. And this balance is what your job will be. In very many future timelines, you will become a master of the elements, helping humanity to use their mind in such a specific way that they don't hurt themselves and others, and they can enter into a kingdom where they become a Skywalker and a master, basically. I know this is long-winded. I can feel your feelings. But this is very important. Don't think that this reading isn't for you. Just because this is for Melinda doesn't mean it's not for you. In the age of Aquarius, we're going to be a collective consciousness. And we're going to do the will of our higher self. And the messages for one will be for all. So this diamond dragon is white, is silver and gold. What is white, silver, and gold? It is technology. So when we're talking about Santa Claus, I'm looking for the Egyptian Book of Gates here. Is that it? Hold on a second. The Egyptian Book of Gates. Let me get rid of that one. We'll get rid of this one and that one. And no, that's that. 3 keys to activate. All right, so if you read the Egyptian Book of Gates, they talk about the bearded man holding 2 ropes, the sleigh. And they talk about the Eye of Ra and getting out of 12, Pisces, and into 13. Jesus and his 12 disciples is 13, 31, backwards. It goes back to Egyptian mythology. But when you get past Egyptian mythology, the Egyptian Book of Gates, this is Gates down here, the Book of the Dead. When you go into the world of the living, things are opposite. So we're going to start thinking backwards. So now things are going to flip. And also, when we look at this piece and we mirror it, we'll be able to see truths that you can't see with our physical eyes because spirit mirrors things. So the number 5 is very, very important to Melinda. Here's an invisible number 5 right here. There's someone riding on the elephant right there. There's cloud energy in the sky. So the elements are steam clouds, and there's a fairy person riding on the elephant. They have antennas. Ah, they're so cute. Yeah, there's an invisible elephant here. A lot of elephants. There's a snake or something going up. This is all about Kundalini energy activating there. There's doorways here. There's a cow here holding a staff inside the body. Molech. He has a cape. So anyway, this was incredible. I'm so happy to hear about the white dragon and that someone else had seen it in a meditation. Look at the symbol. That's exactly what I'm seeing. There's the cross. The cross has a diamond over it. It's all this diamond technology. It's incredible. So it's called the 11 diamonds field. It creates an interesting picture of symbols. And so she saw a black dragon energy with black diamonds. I don't see that. I see she says that it looks like the Mayan pyramid or diamond suits. It's about a cloak made of diamonds. I think it's about your rainbow light body. I think it's about your robe of glory. I think all of our robes look different. And if you read this book and you read about the robe of glory here, oh my gosh. I think it's after arousing the dragon, it goes into, or maybe it's over here. Yeah, it's about, really, it's about your immortal body. It's about immortality, that diamond technology. So take a picture if you're here, and if you're not, don't worry, I'll record this and put it on YouTube. But this is incredible. I'm overjoyed. Yeah. So this book here is called The Tower of Alchemy. And if you're going to be an alchemist and you're going to study alchemy, I definitely recommend the study course on alchemical symbolism. But please be aware that when you are studying the written word, your higher self will beckon you to hear their word. And these are truths that, so what I'm saying is, you may trust what are in these books, but it doesn't mean that that's all true for you. Truth can change. Like, let's say that you are being shown to do yoga or practice martial arts or something to energize and magnetize your body. And then you go online and you find a teacher that teaches you about how to magnetize your body and envision sacred geometry over your body. But what if your higher self has a specific pattern that they want you to do? Or perhaps they want you to use water energy or crystal energy or some kind of other energy that you aren't being told online or Google or in a book. And this is about really not only being tethered to the written word, but really being able to grow your ears like an elephant to the unwritten word of the Holy Spirit. What is the purpose of the Holy Spirit of truth if all of your answers come from a book? They don't come from a book or Google or the internet or even me. You're going to start seeing things within your own heart and mind that will make you go crazy if you're not careful. There is a precipice where some people end up feeling insane because some things, if you don't know about symbology, you'll get so bewildered that you'll just give up completely because symbology gets really, it's very difficult to find your balance with it if you haven't been practicing it. So what I'm saying is always use synchronicity and divine order, witnesses and signs, repetitive patterns that continue to show up in your reality to help you to really map out exactly what Spirit is saying to you so that you're not falling off point, if that makes sense to you. So what a fantastic read for Melinda. Melinda, I will make a video for you. I'm going to paint it digitally. I will mirror it and show you the mirror technology. And I will perhaps even do a dragon diamond meditation with music and sound that is inclusive of the 5 magical sounds which activates your biofield. They're called the 5 secret sounds. So notice that the number 5 is over her ear. I'm going to give you these 5 sacred sounds that play all at the same time. And what we do is we listen to it. It activates information. Kitty, if you try to climb up my leg with your claws, that hurt. I already have scratches all over me right now. I will do a meditation that will help you to connect to this diamond dragon, white diamond dragon, and you'll feel, all of a sudden you'll feel so good, and you'll feel like you'll feel so much energy that you will not, you won't know how to handle your day. You'll find so many things to do to increase your awareness and to help others that you'll just be giggly, right? Which symbol do you like, Kitty? Which one do you like? This one? This one? This one? How about this one? This one? Oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. How about this one? How about here? This one? This one? How about this one? You like that one? How about this one right here? No? You're not going to show us? Which one? Me? All right, we're going to move on. Thank you for your patience, trust in divine timing. Everything that was said was meant to be said. Your patience is your obedience to the invisible ones. And you say, I know everything is in divine timing. And everything that was meant to be said and heard was meant to be said and heard at this time. What are you looking at? Alchemical cards? You want to pick a card for us? Which one do you like? This one? That one? Okay. That one is called the androgyne with a rose. And the androgynous energy is both male and female, flesh and spirit. Neither male nor female, neither flesh nor spirit. 0 point energy. Hello, everyone. Great to see you today. Always divine timing. Hello. 111 viewers. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What? Yay, you finally caught. Hello, Amber Hughes. Stop turning off the light. Where's your brother? Go find your brother and go play. Okay? You leave mommy alone for a little while. All right, give me your first name. Why do you want a reading? Are you just curious, or are you really stepping into your symbology and your alchemical adepthood and you really want to see where you are? Okay, no one who isn't into alchemy, if you're not into symbology, this is for someone who is ready to step up their game spiritually, okay? Because these readings are to be sacred. And they're meant to be kept very serious, and meaning that they're going to be very important to you. Not just something you're going to throw away and go, well, that was interesting. No, this is something very important. And if you know that this is a very important communication from your higher self to you. Okay. All right. So, it is very serious. Yes. Oh, yes. So I'm looking at your comments. Seeking 0.24/7 is Stephen. Is it Stephen or Stefan or short for Stephanie? What is that your first name? And feel free if you want to, afterward, if you have 1,000 followers, you can come live and all that. Stephen, okay, got you. Make sure go back over here. I have a little kitten that's trying to cause chaos. And that's okay. You can't live in a world without chaos, I guess. So, let's go ahead. And don't worry, I'll be giving more readings today. I'm to pick a card for you. I am to Mercy, the number 41, the number 14 in reverse. Could you not do that? Could you please not do that? No. Let me go get my daughter and have her get this little kitty, because I need to be able to focus. So hold on a second. Hey, Hannah? Hold on. You're hanging on it. Come here. You know what you need to do? You need to go find your brother. Let's go find your brother. Let's see here. Somewhere is your brother. Maybe. Here. What I'm going to do. There you go. Maybe you're confused on where you are now. Here he comes. He's going away. Okay, he's not going to come. I can close the door. Okay. Okay. Mercy. So I feel like to give you a little magic by being a child myself and helping you to remember your inner child. So we're going to sing you a little song and we're going to pick out of the treasure box for you. And these are going to be messages from your higher self, like you're walking the yellow brick road. This is the Wizard of Oz. There's the yellow brick road. And we're going to close my eyes and we're going to say, someday I wish upon a star and wake up. Aha! Where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops. Oh, you have Glinda as a sticker, away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. So, Glinda is the Corona Borealis. It's a place called the Labyrinth. It was a prison for the Titans, Tartarus, and it has 7 stars, and it's correct. The Corona Borealis looks like a pink bubble that is surrounded by an emerald color. So that Glinda floats down in a pink bubble surrounded by Emerald City. This is Corona Borealis. So this means your crown. Corona means crown. And this is the unicorn, your third eye, and the color blue. Dorothy flew like a pretty little bluebird, and she wore a blue dress. This is a place of freedom. And then for some reason you have the color red. The red shoes of Dorothy represents hell, or the bottom part of your biofield, a limited reality, ignorance. But then Emerald City is your green heart chakra, and really about the green skin of Osiris. The land of Oz goes to the land of Iris, Osiris, and even the great and mighty Wizard of Oz was green. And this takes you to Zoroastrianism, because the name of the Wizard of Oz, he was the name of 7 names, which one of them was Zoroast. So there's something about your awakening here. And let us see what Spirit has to say about your energy, your power, your elemental connections, your awakening. Like, where are you spiritually? And here we go. The song that I heard while I was in my head while I was doing it, I couldn't think of the words. But I know when the world is ready to fall on your little shoulders, And when you're feeling lonely and small, you need somebody there to hold you. You can call out my name when you're only lonely. Now don't you ever be ashamed. When you need somebody around, on the nights that try you, just remember, I was there when you were a queen or king, and I'll be the last one there beside you. Well, you can call out my name when you're only lonely. So the very first thing I saw was somebody who is asleep, and then there's somebody waking somebody up right here, and touching them, waking them up, laying on top of them, and it changed, and it's changing, but and so just give me a second. It's a mother holding up a child. But it was the child awakening the mother, and then the mother is awakening the child. I don't know how that works. I don't know what's going on. But let me continue to look here. All right. So it's we don't understand time. We don't understand reality, the mind, how consciousness can shift. We were stuck in a world that was painful. And now the Divine Mother has come forward to say, I have taken you from a world that was very limited, and I'm putting you up here to a world that is connected to so many symbols up there. But this world right here was a world that was training you. And this beautiful woman, and I mean really pretty, very, very beautiful woman, is very present in your piece. And she's wearing this hat as if she's from like the Little House on the Prairie time right here, with this beautiful hair. And she represents an angel and a pointing angel and an angel. So she's an angel. And she says that you've been taught your entire life or your presence down here to be a 45-degree angle, and that you've been practicing at the table of alchemy, but one of the tables that you were practicing in your laboratory of mind, reality, was broken. So something happened down here that didn't work, and then that reality died, and then you went to another table and you kept going up, and you're being pushed up even further here. And now we're going to look and see exactly these houses. There's somebody here. There's somebody here. It's a boy here. And in a reality, in a lower reality, in a prison. It was a prison. Looks like that. And this symbol. And 5. Oh. And and this is artificial intelligence. Whenever I see the rat, it is artificial intelligence. So we had to live in a false reality. I call it the hologram simulation, false reality, in order to get out of the prison of artificial intelligence to the real world. And that's happening for you because I don't know why the face of the child that this woman was lifting up turned into an angel. And it's a child that's held way up here, and it's Saturn, but it's a boy, but it's not. But it's saying that you're a child of Saturn, like that. Or it's saying that you have halo technology now and that you're learning from the angels. But you know that Saturn down here was a jerk. But once you go to the right upside world of Saturn, which is that technology, it's the bringer of the golden age of Aquarius. So there's this man here. There's lightning. There's a lot of people, thousands. Many of them have the accusing spirit. They have the finger pointing. They're hypocrites. They're punishing people. They have a dualistic mindset. They see people as separate from them. They don't like it when people don't agree with them. Otherwise, they separate themselves from them. And then those people changed into a grandmother and a grandfather hugging each other on a chair. And they hug you. So I'm going to show you the grandfather. He's so funny looking. He's like this, and he has a long nose. He's like, oh, I was a Pinocchio. I didn't know any better. And the grandfather or grandmother is right here saying, we know now, and we're putting both of our arms over you. And here you are. And you're a prophet of sorts, speaking. And don't bring the energy of your forefathers and your foremothers with you, because they were the Pinocchios. They were telling lies, they were believing lies, and they were making us into a program that didn't fit. It wasn't you can't bring that program to this heaven. So the finger pointers, the accusatory spirit, all of that is being purified. So the grandmother, the grandfather, they're saying that our energy can't come with you. So now here are all these people in some place, I don't know who they are, and now that we know that we're not going to be bringing the accusing, hypocrisy, polarized way of thinking with the two poles here, now that we have to go into the Trinity, this is going to change. This is going to change. So now it changed. Now it's some they're soldiers. They have a particular hat on. They're soldiers. They are connected to bird people. They have these helmets that have this thing above their head that goes like this. They're like this. And then in between their head is a place of freedom. Here, oracles. Yeah, and when you enter into their reality, you have to become nothing and invisible. Otherwise, they see you. And if they see you, they detain you. And if they detain you, you go on this merry-go-round. It goes like this, 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 this. That keeps going round and round with an apple on top. And then inside the merry-go-round are these animals. This one is a lion. And they can't move. They're stuck in their reality, going round and round and round with little children on top, thinking it's fun, thinking this is a great world, it's a great reality, ah ha ha, it's all fun. Not fun. Not fun when you know that this doesn't stop until we end. Now, you might like to know that the Carnival was celebrated on 11/11, so that we have the number 11/11/11. This is the god El. This is electricity. This is the elements. This is a prison. And then there's a pig here. And this pig is looking the other way for some reason. With a pig nose. And he's got a pig body. He's looking backwards. His legs make 11/11. There's no one on his body. And anyway, this is a prison. I know who you are. So who you are and what you've been groomed to become as a physical person who had to endure the prison of this lower world of artificial intelligence, is you were learning to become a 45-degree angle angel, and you have a divine mother a mother that's lifting you up. And look at the path of your ascension. You're going up, up, up to here. Now here you are becoming a very tall place, an oracle, where only those who go through the center of the two towers can make it through to a reality. This person's trying to go through the oracle and they can't, because they have the sins of their mother and father or grandmother and grandfather on their face. And the sin of their grandmother and grandfather is a Pinocchio energy that is the accusing spirit, the finger pointing, the hypocritical, the I know better than you. This is what my preacher said. This is what my priest said. This is what my mother and father said, so it must be true. And this is false. Your higher self is the invisible voice. And so you are, what you do is you take someone like Atreyu, wanting to go through the two oracles. If you don't have the heart of a child, if your cup isn't empty and you're not polarized by belief, the two poles, then you can go through. But if you have attachments and perceptions of yourself that are what you were told, and you haven't gone through the deathless death, which means erasing the face of what you were told you were, becoming a real boy, not a Pinocchio, this person gets sent to the merry-go-round. It's a prison. And that's what you do. So basically, this is your hand. And you are the hand of the angel. You bring children, innocent, the heart of a child who has the technology that makes them invisible and takes them to a better place. But then somebody who doesn't look like a child, who has the old mindset, they get sent to the merry-go-round. And I will explain it a little bit more, but you do have, and so you have somebody holding electricity here. And this is also part of you, and you have a particular symbol over your hand. I don't know what that means. Now, you have a frog. You have a squatting person above your head. Okay. You have an energy of an ancient Christ that is named not Jesus Christ, not Horus, which is the same story as Christ, but his name is Bahrain. He comes from Zoroastrianism. He's as old as Ahuda Mazda. And what he does is he trains oracles. And he also gets rid of demons. So he performs exorcisms. So this is a squatting man. He's half man, half praying mantis. His arms always look like this. This is why you have that V technology over your head. It's that, like that. And, well, anyway, he accesses the back of your head. He squats. And he does this invisibly to your head. And they look at you and they are judging you, or they're like, like this. And I want you to know that they did the same thing to me. And they have a wand. And it's white. What they're looking at is whether you are ready to be taken up to the realm of 1 and 3. And they're looking like a thief in the night. And here you are. And there that is. And your body makes another planet. So let me tell you what your destiny is. And so it goes like this. Your body is a atom that grows like an embryo. So at first you were one ring that became broken, and like a miscarriage, like a spiritual miscarriage, you were miscarried from your divine destiny. Then you grew into this particular world right here, and you came here to become a 45-degree angle or angel, which is the master number 9. Through the divine feminine, which is magnetism. Everyone on earth who has a physical body, including me, is considered male. This is why this is a male. When you step into the magnetism, Mary Magdalene, you switch towers. Magdalene means tower. The meaning of Magdalene means tower. Mary Magdalene has 13 letters in her name. She is the ascension of 12 to 13. The 45-degree angle is a keeper of gates and someone who sends someone down to a prison or up. Now, there's something being held here. There's the Philosopher's Stone. There's symbols of other things here going on. Hathor. Here's the ear of Hathor. Here. Love is a very strange thing, but you do have a big heart right here. This love heart here. Somebody sending you lots of love. Love is the answer, but this is what the adept ones say about love. If you don't hear the will of God within your heart, if you don't have a conscience, if you don't have the heart of a child, if you have ego and self-importance or even low self-worth, and you don't hear God, then the reason they send you down here is to be broken and to get out of the false Pinocchio, to put you into the real world or the real boy. The purpose of the artificial world is to grow our embryo that was cut, like a miscarriage, into a real being that grows the circle, little circle, bigger circle, bigger circle. And then when the circle gets this big, it's like a heart right up there. And true love is doing the will of God, because once you become this big, then suddenly you have the ability to help. And suddenly you have the ability to create new worlds. Suddenly you have the ability to take a child who is stuck down here and bring them up here. But why put someone on a merry-go-round over and over again? Because if you only have neutrons and protons and you don't have electrons, you don't live forever. And they don't want you to diminish. They want you to get electrons, the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. They want you to get the Trinity, 1, 2, 3. They want you to live forever. They want you to be powerful. So we do go on this merry-go-round in an apple, which is a biofield that consists of only 2 rings of power. It's the bitten apple from the Garden of Eden. And we will perpetuate life and death, dual reality, 2 poles, 11, electricity, the god El, until or if we change the elements from water to fire. Once that occurs, you go through the deathless death and you surrender all that you are, and suddenly they meet people like you are meant to become, and that is a tower, that is a soldier, that is an oracle. So you help the innocent, and those who are polarized by their ancient teachings and the written word. I don't think that you're ruthless with them. I think that you are entering them into a world of almost like you bring them to a place of, look, it's okay. It's okay. You were mentally trained, and some of the people in our family were Pinocchios. They were, oh, great grandmother, what big eyes you have. They were the wolf. They were the archons. They were the reptilians. And so we were groomed by artificial intelligence or beings that weren't real loving. But now that we've entered into this loving world, see, here's a jerk, here's good. So it's just saying being polarized is not good. The center is the way. Now, you have a lot of electric energy here, and this is a table here. You're an alchemist. Talismans are going to be important for you. And I'm going to look and see if I see exactly who your higher self is, because it seems to be so it's an, and I keep seeing this and I don't know what it means. I keep seeing the name L or L and then M-A. So L and then M-A. R. Lumar. Okay, so that's the god of the elements. And it's weird I don't see an elephant for the element. And I don't know if I missed it, so give me a second. Because all I see, what I really see, what I'm seeing, and let me just look back here. Okay, so you have a couple of things. Number one, you have a person with their eye like this, and they're literally putting you in a world of being kissed. I keep seeing this in people's art. It's the kiss. What does the kiss of God actually mean? They're saying, look, I am a place, and I'm here, and I'm behind all things. I'm within and behind all things, like that. I see that. But then I see this elephant right here also. There's the trunk of the elephant, like that. There's the ear, there's the head, there's the ear. Now, this would be the god El and the elements. But I didn't see it at first, which means something. So I think your spirit team is Lemurian. And they're very ruthless. Like, let's say you're having a hard time and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you have to go through the deathless death. You have to realize you're loved unconditionally. And all they want is for you to be an oracle and expand your consciousness in your mind out of the mind. Notice how your head right here goes out this way and goes into the divine mother, Ma. So Mary, Magdalene, Ma. But there's El, the electricity, Ma, magnetism, Mar, the god R from Armenia. There's scientific terms here. You're all about these planets, though. A broken planet, a planet that's small, a larger planet, Saturn, the Corona Borealis, Sirius B, the dog star. These are planets, all of them. That's a planet. That's a planet. This is a planet. All of these are all about the elements and the planet. And this is about a symbol that goes like this. I don't know what that is. But let me look at numerology for you. I would have to say, if you show me a numerology, I would be so grateful for me. G, V, W, 3, 4, 5, 9, 3. Okay, looking. Oops. Oof. Love is the only power. Truth is the way. This is what your piece is saying. Love is the only power. There's your heart right there. Truth, the center, is the way. All right, well, the drippings of the honeycomb are sweet to your taste. 4593. John the Baptist claimed to be Christ. Okay. It says Stephen. It has your name in it. It says Stephen. Stephen James. Is Saturn. Is Saturn. Well, it has Saturn there. Your name is Stephen. There's Saturn. The ring of Saturn. This is what I know about Saturn. Saturn is the lord of the golden age. Now, people say it's Satan. It's not. It's the original golden age. It was the original version of Saturn was the golden age. In many texts, the golden age is often described as a happy age of harmony, peace, prosperity, joy, a place without misery, without sounds of wars, no labor, an era without suffering, where everyone treated each other as they would like to be treated, which was the principle of the golden rule that came from the golden age of Aquarius. And so there was no social differentiation. There was no contrary between everyone was equal and people had no private property because there was no theft. In the ancient text described the golden age as an eternal spring. And in Danish folklore, the golden age is literally referred to as the perfect age because it was perfect. And so the Saturn 9 means gloom or depression or loneliness or melancholy, but it wasn't Saturn 9. That wasn't the real. It was Saturnian. And Saturnian means to the highest, becoming the golden, the prosperous and happy and peaceful age. So it depends on if you're in the lower world, yeah, Saturn's a jerk, but when you're in the higher world, Saturn is the golden age. The truth changes between heaven and hell. If you're in hell, your truth is blah, blah, that's a jerk. But if you're in heaven, it's not. The truth is flipped and it's inverted. So this is about December, which is the 12th month of Christmas, is always celebrated because they are commemorating when Saturn was still king and reigned over the golden age, where there was food and singing and dancing. And so in every single culture, Germany, Iceland, Persia, all of them celebrated the King of Heaven. Zurhan, Zurian is the god of time. And this Zurian King of Heaven is Saturn, and it's called the Golden Child. And so why are you here as the Golden Child? The Golden Age and all this. So it says right here, Stephen, but it says Stephen James, is Saturn. So interesting to me. Then it talks about Mars. It says, wow, look at that face coming from Earth. It says Mars attacks aliens. These are foolish things in gematria that don't make any sense, but you can pick out certain words that parallel with the art because yours is all about planets. Planets dying, planets expanding, consciousness dying, asleep, prison, artificial intelligence, expansion, expansion, expansion. And what? It gets strange. So it says, Jesus Christ was not the author of the New Testament. Some of these are probably true or not true, doesn't matter. Let's see here. It says, I have no issue with offing their wicked souls. The new God that we're entering into is not a God of suffering and strife and pain. So even though there was this God that sent us into this prison down here, which was El changes elements. And so when the element changes from water to fire, electricity, and air, it flips. So the jerk becomes a good guy. It has your name again. It says, the real Christ, so he can play the good guy. Stephen is the real Christ, so he can be the real guy. So he can play the good guy. The bad guy becomes the good guy becomes the down here you're the bad guy, up there you're the good guy, just like the god El. So anyway, it goes on. There's 7 pages, and the way that you read gematria is you find a parallel, and this parallel will help you to understand what spirit is saying to you. There's something about the compass here, about angles, squaring our mind and our emotions to be in alignment with our heart, not our mind. And the heart and love is the only way. And the gods of jerkiness were always connected to a polarized mind, the 2 pieces of your brain. Then the heart brings you to the sun, and the sun brings you to a trinity, and the trinity brings you from protons, neutrons to electrons, and electrons live forever. Therefore, you live forever. The Pinocchio is no longer a wooden boy. He becomes a real boy through the trinity. And so it's a very fantastic story. However, we are live down here. You're in the inverted reality. The truth could be the opposite. It would be 3954. So we're going to look that up. Their souls are going to be destroyed. And it says for serving Stephen. It's again, it has your name. Again. Again. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. God makes lives worse, or God makes our lives better. So this is all about bad cop, good cop. Bad God, good God. Bad guy, good guy. If you in any way feel like you're a bad guy, you can flip it easily and be a good guy. I don't know where this bad God, good God, jerk world, good world is in this dual reality here, but there seems to be something about, it doesn't matter, good or bad. 0 point energy is you're neither good nor bad. You're neither right nor wrong. You are neither low self-worth or self-importance. You are neither alive nor dead. You are in an eye of the needle, and you're in a 0 point energy. You are now a mirror, and you are doing the will of the Most High through the heart of a child. Rest, have peace, feel thankful, and just be happy to be alive, because this is a place of complete peace. Saturn, the original God, has returned. The golden age of Aquarius, the child has been birthed. And so this is really positive information here. And in that world, what man intends for evil, God intends for good. Greater is spirit within you than you are in the world. Now the truth is really coming out that you can take what's evil and turn it into good. So it doesn't matter what it says here. If it says something jerky, you see something jerky, doesn't matter. Guess what? Now you are in the realm where you can take evil and turn it into good just by your creative power, just by speaking it through an anointed tongue, the prophecy, the prophet. So this is you becoming and stepping into your mastery as not only an oracle, but a prophet, somebody who speaks these words. Teach me, O the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Yes. A lot about the bride of Christ here. Jupiter has only one gateway to the beyond. So if this is Jupiter, has only one way to the gateway of the beyond, and this is the letter J, and this is the letter U right here, and this is P, like this, and you are the symbol of all these planets, and you're Jupiter, then that would be a parallel for you. Jupiter has the only one gateway to the beyond. Again, it is a fact that Stephen invades into the minds of children. What is Stephen? For goodness sake. Venus, the truth versus truth is just a fun little fact. Something about truth here. Aha, so funny. Well, anyway, look it up in frontways and backwards. You can even switch it around if you want to. Because why? Because now you are part of a co-creator of reality, and you don't have to look at the evil in this world or within ourselves or even within our family. We now have the power to change what is evil into good. And so there's a lot of communications here about being in the divine feminine. And she's right here. And she's giving us the kiss of freedom here. And so enjoy that kiss, enjoy the love, and enjoy the teachings on your alchemical table and your laboratory of awakening. Because this awakening is reminding you that you're going to be doing many things. As you awaken, you will step into not only sacred geometry, numerology, gematria, and all these things, and see how spirit speaks to you through other people, through these signs and wonders and all that. But how fantastic it is going to be where you have a graduation diploma, and Baraim being the wind and the fire that is bringing the golden child to be set free. It's almost as if Saturn died down here and had to regrow through some artificial intelligent world. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Saturn regrew, reborn. What happened?
Nothing. Saul just opened the door.
Oh, it was Saul.
Yeah.
Did a little kitten try to climb up your leg?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got scratches all over my leg.
Yeah, that's from a choo-choo.
Oh my gosh.
But he didn't actually climb. He just leapt.
Ouch.
When I was making supper yesterday.
Ow.
Long there.
They just climb.
Come on, Big P.
Actually, it looks like this.
There you go. Your producers are.
There's the elephant there.
Anyway, we're home.
All right, darling. Yeah, we have kittens. Opal Star, I'm going to be uploading a video about a cabinet that I made for you. And I'm still working on it, and I almost have it done. But man, I was so excited about it. I think I posted it, or it's going to be posted. I'm not sure if I posted it or not. I can't remember. Yes. You're welcome. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Ah ha ha. Yeah, so Stephen, there's more to your piece than can be explained, but that's maybe because I don't have all the answers for you. There's something about this energy that's holding the wand, like they are a magi, and the three magi's of the three wise men who followed the stars. Now, they followed the North Star, right? And they were looking for the North Star. And the northernest most part of heaven was part of that Saturn energy. and they were called the three magi. So there's things in your piece that I don't mention in the live because I'm not really sure how to verbalize or even communicate what I'm seeing about the birthing of Christ consciousness, or the birthing of Christ, or Horus, the birthing of Horus, and the Magi's. And since you have so many planetary communications here, planets are everywhere, this person holding a wand is connected to the Magi. So I would just study, if I were you, the Magi, and of course, everything else that you see here. It seems as if you had a divine mother that has helped you all along. So we need is a hand clap sound every time we finish these pieces, because it's absolutely incredible. The piece that we did earlier for Melinda brought forward a white crystal diamond dragon. I had never seen it before. I had never heard of it before. And oops. And I'm gonna, and it's a real dragon that is white, silver, and gold, and it is a technology, and it grows us, and it does all these fantastic things, and it's connected to your infinite rainbow light body, but it's not rainbow, it's diamond, and absolutely fantastic. Absolutely blown away with this. We're going to do a meditation of this, and they say, I have this secret code. It's called the 5 secret sounds that activates your Kundalini. And not a lot of people should be able to hear it, because not everyone is ready for it, because that fire can burn you if you're not ready, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the 5 secret sounds in a meditation video to visualize this diamond and this diamond dragon to those who are ready to hear it. Now notice it's like 316, like John 3:16. And then there were so many confirmations about the number 10 and the name of 1,000 names, or the flowers of 1,000 roses, and Hathor and Mary Magdalene, and all of that number 10 energy is talking about a technology that is so scientific, so mathematical, so much into sacred geometry, so much into mandala, and our adepthood to be able to visualize these things with pure precision, so that when we become the master architect, which creates new earths, we'll be able to imagine a dodecahedron, a tetrahedron, and a icosahedron with precision, because it will be about telepathy. So this is about a school. Some of you are entering a celestial school. Some of you are all about physically laying hands and doing Reiki and physical, even biofield healing. And some of you guys are into more mental schools, where you are having to visualize, or even create literally so that you can visualize it better, these diamond technology systems, because you're a master architect. And this master architect goes all the way back to Egypt, where they're called masters of the net. And it was about transcending the matrix and the prison, and going into a world where you do not get trapped by the lower worlds wanting to keep you in a net, like a fish in the net. Because if you're a fish and you get caught in the net, then you get stuck in the age of Pisces. That is the 12th month. That's Christmas. Christmas is the number 12. It's the 12th house. Now, if you get caught in the net as a fish, then you get stuck in the age of Pisces. And you think Pisces is linear? You think that we can't go back to the age of Pisces? You think Aquarius is the future? Do we really think that we know what time does and how it works with our collective or individual consciousness? They laugh. They're like in a stadium, and there's a stadium, and it zzz, 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 and consciousness goes where frequency goes. Consciousness goes where invisibility goes. If you are dark and ignorant and not awoken or whatever, then you get caught in the net, and it is a ethereal net. It's a net that goes over the world. It's a net that traps you into the age of Pisces. And I almost want to say there is no other age but Pisces and Aquarius. Almost want to say that. Oh, we're told that how about the house of Leo? How about the house of this? How about the house of that? When you look at a dodecahedron, what it does is it looks like a house. All right. And the dodecahedron has 12 houses. All right. Now, the dodecahedron continues its shape over it like that. And it's about, there's 12 houses. Now, the ancients don't see us living on a circle. They see us as living on a dodecahedron. Now, the dodecahedron looks like a house, and there's 12 houses. This is going to be a terrible rendition here. All right. So whatever, you get it. And so your consciousness, you were born in the age of Pisces. You were the one in duality. You only had 2 rings of power. You're an embryo, and you have 2 rings of power. And each house represents frequency. And it's like a kaleidoscope. Inside there's a bunch of dots like this. Some people are in parallel houses, parallel worlds, right? Like this. And then you want to go to 11, the 11th house of Aquarius or whatever. There's up and down, and there's side to side. It gets complicated, and I'm not saying that the 12 houses don't exist and all of those timelines didn't happen, the age of Taurus, the age of Leo, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying I see Aquarius as an in-between place. It's a holding place. And then there's a 13th house. They don't talk about the 13th house. What happens is you rise up in frequency, you go to an in-between place, and then if you have risen in frequency and knowledge and adepthood, and you can hear the voice of the invisible ones, and you are called and chosen, and you step into that calling, and you perfect that calling, and you do the will of God, then you get to transcend time, 12 hours, 12 months, 12 zodiac signs. How is it possible that Pisces is the 12th house and we have 12 hours, 12 months? Christmas is the 12th month. And why is it so paralleled there? When you go to Aquarius, are there only 11 hours? 11 months, 11 zodiac signs? When you go to the 13th month, are there 13 hours, 13 months? Does everything like literally change that way? What I'm telling you is I have a temporary opinion that's probably wrong. And that is when we are down here, we were an embryo that was cut. It was our apple technology that was bitten. And it was like we were miscarried. And so we had to find our 3rd ring of power. And if you don't find it, you keep getting polarized in 2 poles in duality over and over and over again until or if you're called and awaken and step into that calling to Aquarius. Then Aquarius is connected to Saturn in the golden age of Saturn. Saturn is a technology that does some stuff. And then you end up in this world that isn't spoken of, which is 13. It's a holding place. But that can't be proven. But that's what I see. When it comes to this technology, this is what 13 looks like. It looks like a diamond. So you're no longer on a dodecahedron with 12 faces. That's a dodecahedron with 12 faces. You're on a diamond. So you're not in that world of 12 zodiac signs. You're in a diamond, and this diamond is this diamond technology, this place that is not spoken of. is not revealed and is not known by everyone. So it's interesting, isn't it? I could be wrong, but it's very interesting. Well, it doesn't sound good unless you know the truth, right? That you're eternally loved and you're always being helped. And to think that your personality and who you are is all you'll ever be, when literally you're going to go from being this intelligent Doctor Strange person who performs head surgery to a master who opens portals like Doctor Strange. So your lower self, who was performing surgery, wants to live forever. But God, your higher self, sees Doctor Strange. Your lower self will live many lifetimes in a polar two-pole system. Now, this is only for entertainment purposes, and this is only my temporary findings from doing all these readings. The god El is connected to the number 11. So the two towers that fell on 9/11, which equals 11, and the two towers that looks like 11, water and fire, was a connection of the two morning stars. The two twins, the twin towers. Who were the twins? Who are both called morning stars? Christ. See, Jesus Christ has 11 letters in his name. 11, 11, 11. And Lucifer. Lucifer is called the morning star. Jesus is called the morning star. It's a two-tower, twin tower system. But there's a third tower that no one knows about, no one talks about. Now, the Statue of Liberty is both male and female and is green. And this technology is a technology that was put on the earth as a physical prayer to manifest Mary Magdalene. Magdalene means tower. And Mary Magdalene has 13 letters in her name. It reflects the one who needs the Trinity. 13 o'clock, a place called 13. So Statue of Liberty is the eye. S-O-L means soul. Statue of Liberty is soul. That means sun. It's the eye of Ra, which is the sun god. Now, if you do not get out of the two-tower system, then the Statue of Liberty is Lucifer, the light bearer. But if it's Lucifer, then when you pass, you don't go to the eye. You go to the eye that fell, which is the twin of the Statue of Liberty, that looks like the eye. It's a half a circle over a body of water, which makes the eye that fell. I fell. Tower. Tower has the word two in it. E-R is Re. That Re and Ra are the names of the god of the sun. Two eyes. Two Re. Ra. The eye that fell. Isis is eyes, eyes. Two eyes. It's a two-tower system. The eye that fell is when we pass, we go into a parallel body and we continue to try to become our Doctor Strange self that God sees that we are meant to become if we can stop believing lies about this world and ourselves. It is a high-tech system. And I know it because my best friend, her son, did some things. He shot himself. And I saw that he woke up in Paris. And I was like, why would he wake up in Paris in a pair of eyes? And then they say that Mary Magdalene went to France. You don't say. That's so funny. Well, anyway, if you find Mary Magdalene, then the Statue of Liberty becomes Magdalene, the third tower. And it does save you from the eye that fell. It gets complicated, where this technology is a jerk until you see this technology. But this technology is a jerk unless you figure out how to not fall. Your consciousness not to fall in the eye that fell. Now, I'll tell you this, in the 1800s, the very first Ghostbusters the story of Ghostbusters was created from the Eiffel Tower. It was a system that trapped souls. And the soul trap technology that was connected to the Eiffel Tower broke, and a bunch of souls escaped and went into statues. So they sent these people out to go trap the souls, again called Ghostbusters. That was in the 1800s. So then they redid the story in the 80s or 90s called Ghostbusters, but it came from the Eiffel Tower. So there's things about these tower systems that take you to Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Horus, Isis, and Osiris are very much intertwined into this technology. And the ones who know that when you create a Statue of Liberty and an Eiffel Tower, and you create these towers and you destroy these towers, they are prayers. They are, because as above, so below, as below, so above. So there's black magic, there's white magic, there's prayers, there's blessings, there's curses. And when you get into this, it gets complicated. So yes, the Statue of Liberty could absolutely be Lucifer. And the Eiffel Tower could absolutely be a jerk. But when you get into the realm of 13, when you have become protons, neutrons, and you get your third element on your biofield, the god El was a jerk, turns into a god that lives forever and helps you to live forever because electrons never die. So it's Mary Magdalene means tower. She's the third tower. She's simply magnetism. She's simply the invisible ones. The female are always considered invisible. And it's a technology that expands our mind. So when you become an oracle, you don't get stuck in a dual two-tower inverted system. You get out of the inversion. Now, that's only my temporary opinion because of what I've seen in my oracle readings, but I could be wrong. I always tell you guys that. Listen to your higher self and let the invisible ones. What is the purpose of the Holy Spirit of truth if all of our answers come from a book? Why even have the Holy Spirit here at all? And that part of that system is hearing that voice. And we don't worry about this world of duality. We don't worry about it. What we worry about is hearing that voice and listening to that voice and obeying that voice so that we can escape the two-tower system and we can become the Doctor Strange, the master that walks on water. And who is the master that walks on water? M, that walks on W. And the letter M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. There are secrets here that go deep. Thank you. But yeah, it does seem terrible, but it's not terrible. Your lower self is a Pinocchio that isn't real anyway. When you're born, you're told to speak English and wear these clothes and memorize this alphabet and this math. Now, memorize the written word in this religion. Now, I'm going to show you a lot of narcissism, a lot of low self-worth and self-importance in this reality. In this reality, we are shown a lot of movies and media which perpetuates addiction to drugs and alcohol and promiscuity. And so your lower self is like, I want to live forever. But to the immortal ones, your lower self is a Pinocchio believing in this false reality. So even your very personality isn't who you really are. So in the two-tower system, if you become someone else, your consciousness bounces into their body, you're still, the essence of who you are and who you're meant to be is still there. And the immortal ones want to still grow you and still love you, but they want you to step into who you really are. And so the characters that we play in these avatars doesn't matter. What matters is that one day we are called and awoken, and then suddenly one day we realize, oh my gosh, this is who I'm supposed to be. And this is what I'm going to grow into. And it's going to take time. But time isn't what I think it is. And goodness gracious, there's a moment where you can remember all your lifetimes and then really mother and father yourself appropriately and get yourself out of the prison of the Lucifer technology that really, really beats you up and harms you and kind of makes you it's like a mean father. It's like a punishing father, like an accusing spirit, a very accusing spirit, a hypocritical spirit, a judgmental spirit. And when you get out of that, you're like, whoa, and then you're very thankful. So you don't have that bitter energy there. Yes. When you go through the deathless death, it's like, okay, I'm letting go of all that I've learned. I'm letting go of what my parents told me I was. I'm letting go of what society told me I was. I am going to listen to my heart and rebirth myself with a new name and a new self under the guidance of my higher reborn Holy Spirit, higher self energy. And these higher beings will come to me in books, through technology, through all kinds of awakenings. And my only purpose is to actually do what they tell me to and follow the energetic codes that they send us so that we can kind of turn into that eternal body again. Really, it's the story of Doctor Strange. It's so much like that, I can't even tell you. But what did Doctor Strange have to do? He had to leave his life, leave who he thought he was, what he thought he knew about reality, what he thought he knew about time, what he thought he knew about himself. Oh my gosh, I have an invisible self. My God, that invisible self is a time traveler. What? I actually heal people invisibly, and I've been doing it this whole time, but I've been silent to it and kept from it for a long time. What? I have the ability to find a new language and a new way of thinking and a completely new way of understanding that opens portals and moves mountains? Are you kidding me? Oh my word. Jesus actually said that. If you believe me, you can move mountains. You have the kingdom of heaven within you. You can be as powerful as me. Then what? Then the Bible becomes a labyrinth, and then you begin to see that it's a code that is a labyrinth. Some of them are true. For some, if you're reading it and you're a certain individual, it's true for you. And then for some, certain truths are for them. And it's a weird thing. It's like, what it reminds me of is this. It's a code. You turn it and you can't open it. You can't open this unless you know the code. Whoa, the code is complicated. I wonder what the code is. Let's see. You got to align it with these. I love you. Let's put you there. I love you. Can we open it? What? We opened it. What's in there? A secret? Something inside? What's in there? A heart? And some presents? Oh, you don't get to see. You don't get to see yet. I'll show you guys one day. I'll show you guys the secrets. But listen, don't listen to anything I say. You guys have the truth within you. Me, these are my truths that I've learned from reading for you guys, repetitive patterns, symbols, and all that. I am totally aware that I could misinterpret. I am totally aware that I could be wrong. I am totally aware that I may be missing the point. Now, there are some points I'm pretty sure I know I'm right about. But some of them I'm like, I'm not sure I even believe myself on that. But I do talk about it. I do tell you what I think, and I tell you it's my temporary opinion. It's not And that's just how it is, because the reason it's temporary is probably because I'm in the age of Aquarius. I find that place to be a temporary holding place until we go to the real 13 world and we awaken with our eternal bodies. I'm always just having temporary opinions, right? You're welcome. I love you too. Thank you so much. Ah, somebody's being a jerk to me. It's okay. I'm not me anyway. So I always just tell you guys. Thank you so much, Diana. I love you. All right, who's next? If you really, really feel in your heart, you're just like, whoa, I really, really need this reading. Just give me your first name. Yeah, you got to give me your first name. You can't just say me, because your TikTok name is not your first name. Whoa, that was a lot. Vanessa. Vanessa. Your spirit team is like Vanessa, Vanessa. And then they say, but Vanessa isn't her real name. It's like a spirit name, like you have a spirit name. So, all right. I'm going to pull a card for you. I'm going to connect with your energy. Say thank you, spirit team. So, administration, you've stepped into some sort of mastery. Yourself, you are a master. Administration is the number 6 with the spirit of Uriel. You spirit is showing you tap dancing. And so when I see somebody tap dancing, it's you tapping and dancing around negative energy and making a sound and an energy. So it's basically you shine your light so bright that you blind your enemy, and yet you lead a path or a way for masters to become masters, so to speak. So that's what I see in my head. Let's see what we see in the looking glass. If I could tell the world just one thing, it would be we're all okay. And not to worry, 'cause worry is wasteful and useless in times like these. I won't be made useless, won't be idle with despair. I gather myself around my faith to light the darkness most fear. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. No, they're not yours, they are my own. And I am never broken. We are never broken. In the end, only kindness matters. In the end. I hear a kitten. Only kindness matters. I do not want that kitten to climb up my leg because she scratched me so bad so far. So let's see. Okay, yours is going to be a little complicated and unusual. I just want you to know that we would have to spend hours bringing out what is actually being presented to you. And what's being presented to you is a very adept communication that I do know what it's saying, but I want you to know that the communications are more detailed than I'm going to be able to bring out. There's literally thousands, and I mean thousands of people around emanations of a table. All right, so these tables become much larger tables as they emanate outward. Okay, so the word emanation is going to be very, very important for you. Now, so you have the heart of a child. You are a child. You are like Odin holding the waters. You are speaking, and the emanations of your words and your hands and your energy speak to lower worlds microcosmic worlds and macrocosmic worlds. All right. You have beings who were called pillars. They're stone people. You're connected to stone and water. These older women looking beings, they have spyglasses. They look like this. They have their mouths like this. They look like this. They have stones for their head here. They're like, and their hair looks like, and they're pillars. They're pillars. You are all about a planet in the center and then planets orbiting that center planet, like a neutron and electron and scientific things. But the emanation of this table that actually continues way outward to here, like a ripple in the water, goes through the ear of Hathor, and flying beings, and up here is another world. And your eyebrows go up to make the letter X, meaning no emotion. Your emotion is serving numerology, which is the number 10, which is the emanation of number 1. Now, 0 and 1 is all there is. But the emanations of it, the emanation of 0 goes down. The emanation of 1 goes up. So it goes 1, 10, 100, 1,000. And so it's complicated. And then the people who are seated at the table, they get larger and larger as the table emanates into larger realities and larger worlds, where suddenly at this world, somebody is knocking on a particular doorway. And they become an enterer of a threshold, which when we were down here, we couldn't. Because the emanation of this stadium-looking table, we weren't ready. And each individual seated at this table is at a, like, for instance, this person is holding a cross within a rectangle. You might like to know that a rectangle is a prison. And the person seated at this table is bound to a reality that is connected to a square and a rectangle. So their head literally makes a square. Now, when Osiris was and he's at the table. When Osiris was trapped and sent to the underworld, he was put into a box. The box was thrown into the water. It's a technology that we have spoken about as parables, fables, myths, that we as humans try to understand. But I've been trapped in a box by particular human beings who took advantage of my energy, trapped me in a box. The enemy traps you in a box, puts you in the water, and puts you into a sleep where Osiris was put in a box and put into the water, the Nile River, and put to sleep. The allegory of it, or the emanation of it, is when a box opens, it makes a cross. When you put the cross out of the box and onto the table, it's a symbol of the sun. The emanation of the original story of Osiris came from here. The original story of Osiris, O, came from here. But the myth and the allegory emanates into different realities as a completely different truth or understanding. But what does this have to do with you? I don't know yet. But there's people, there's energies, there's masters who here at this table, it goes in your ear and then out your ear here. When you hear the voice of spirit, you get to sit at this table. This table is a lioness, like a big, beautiful lioness, a lion, I don't know. It's a cat. And this turns into a holy grail and an eye. And then up there, the table gets small. The beings are much larger. And they have their fingers in the number 8 position, waiting for a soul to come out like a portal, and a little dragon or a phoenix comes out, like a phoenix of fire, birthing out, bam, bam, like a baby that has transformed from a microscopic reality to a macro reality. And they're like, oh my gosh, you made it. My gosh, eternal life, what? The infinity symbol, what? You have the eye of Ra. You can see you're a pillar of God. Oh my gosh. You're part of a macrocosmic reality and all that. But why you are so about emanations is incredible. Your hair goes out as these emanations of power. Here's your hair going out as emanations. So you are just your name, you know what? Your name is not Vanessa. Your name is Emanessa. Emanations. That's what your name is. And so we continue this to, there's a cow up there. There's it's your hair in a ponytail. And a boy. And a pyramid. And a soul, somebody who's a soul. A spirit of white clothing, white, they're white. There's places there's places there. It's a place. It's a soul. So, all right. So there's a table of refreshment in. Now I'm not telling you what I know. I'm talking out loud because I don't know. We're talking about tables, the Tower of Alchemy. I think it's page 66 if my memory serves me. working at the table. So the glyph of the round table is worked in several ways, blah, blah, blah. There is the table, the cup of consolation that looks like a cup. The cup of consolation is a table. There is the table of refreshment. There is the table with the silver chalice. You have that. There is the table of fairy. There is the table of the starry table. There's the table of great shalom. And there's many tables, and there's the table of action. So these tables, according to your reading, tell you how powerful you are. So tables to me remind me of houses, because when Dorothy Gale was in a broken and empty house, she had not learned to overcome ignorance, the scarecrow, narcissism, the tin man, and shame and blame, the lion. She had to go through a cleansing through the green heart chakra, scrub, scrub here, scrub there, to learn how to get out of Oz without using a hot air balloon, which was the false god Helios, right? And so she had to go find and create her energetic body as a mansion, not as a small and broken and empty house. Likewise, Harry Potter lived in a small house with the Muggles and had to go to Hogwarts, which was a mansion. Now, Jesus said, "My Father's house has many mansions." When we begin our awakening, like a ripple in water, we are at the table of a little table. Now, according to your reading, let's look at who's at your table. There's a Jen there. There's a genie. There's a duck. There's a cat. There's a rabbit. There's a man with a book on his head. This is physical reality dominated by the written word and memorization of a smaller reality. Then the ripple of that table, of that emanation, turns from 0 to 1 somewhere. Maybe this is number 1. We'll do number 1 in red. Here is number 1. It's a chair. All right. Now, 1 and 0 is 10. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. So 4 emanations of 1 is 1,000. And when you read the Sophia Code, all of the goddesses are emanation of 1,000, which is an emanation of 4, which is 10. So it gets complicated. Anyway, so we start at 0, which is nothing. We go to 1. Once you get to the number 1, it creates a ripple like in the water and within your consciousness. But it's not just an individual consciousness, it's a collective consciousness. Now the ripple of that grows into going from a prison of a box to an open box. This is the table that is an awakening that takes us to a box or book that's open that turns to 13, 1, 1. 1, 1, 2 towers, or 13. And the cross, which is a flower, here. Now here, you are seated at the table where you have to make a decision. Are you going to stay here, or are you going to go into the mind of a bigger consciousness, which is inclusive of listening and hearing from Hathor, Isis, Osiris, Mary Magdalene, Mary Mother of Christ, many other deities, Vishnu, the cosmic Christ. And all these Christ energies, they are one person, but they have 1,000 names. They are emanations that change. So the emanation of Christ in our world was Jesus Christ. Then it emanated to, oh my gosh, it was not just Jesus. It was Jesus was everyone and everything the whole time, but changed names, which is why Christ said, turn over a stone or cut a piece of wood and there I am. So it's everything and all that, but the names change. So the emanations and the understandings grow, and our soul grows like a ripple in the water. And this takes us to listening and seeing. Then, once you listen and see through that emanation, then it grows to here. And when you get here, this is the golden chalice. This is the cup of refreshment. This is the Holy Grail. And out of that consciousness is the eye right here. It's the eternal eye where you see through the eyes of the immortal ones. And then you become a phoenix where the fire of the Holy Spirit descends upon your head like a kundalini, and you live forever like a phoenix, basically. But notice how everyone's little and then bigger and then bigger. And it's a technology that we've been hidden from. Now, when you get to this, you get to talk to people who have passed, and they should get to show you where they're from. There's some Egypt-looking thing, some door, and some spirit. And you get to talk to the deceased as a psychic. So I don't know what they're trying to tell you. And if my interpretation is correct, I wish I had all day. Because if we were here all day, I would show you all the people seated at this table are thousands. There's a cow. There's a cross. There's a star. There's a Lumeria. Your Lumeria. At this point, you get to talk to the Lumerians. Here is where your Kundalini, like your DNA, gets activated at your spine. Here, 1111 on the DNA. And it activates your spine. And then you become a crosser of the threshold. Now, when you knock on that door and you cross into the threshold and you're not part of this circle anymore, wah-wah-woo-wah, you step into the realm of the gods. And when you're there, you're not in the water. You're in the fire, the phoenix. And when you're there, you become a seer, a prophet, a healer, a psychic. You have the cat's eye. And you're not in the dog anymore, which is the inversion of God. You're in the cat, which is Hecate or Hecate, which is the three-faced goddess. Like that. But you're not you. And these gods aren't them. Every god grows into a bigger, larger, and their names change and change and change until one day there's only one name. But right now there's thousands. And that's because we're all mirroring each other, and these names and these faces and these animals and all of ourselves change to learn and to grow and to gather information until finally we achieve immortality, where we can create new worlds, and these new worlds make it so that we can maintain our 0 point energy out of chaos, the waters of chaos, into a place that's more orderly, not meaning that you have to follow orders, but it's a little bit more divine order of God, like a synchronistic world that clicks, just clicks like that. So hopefully this resonated with you, but it's very scientific, and it's almost out of the bounds of me being able to get it out of my mouth. Because when you read the Sophia Code, and it talks about your divine inheritance and meeting your higher self, they always use the word emanation in this book. And emanation is always starting with the number 1, and it emanates. So, okay, Isis, she of 1,000 names. Hathor, she of 1,000 voices. Green Terra, she of 1,000 stars. Kuan Yin, she of 1,000 waters. See, you're Hathor with a Hathor ear, she of 1,000 voices. The emanation, how many times does it emanate? 4 times. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. So the emanation of 1 4 times is 10. And so then it goes to 100 and then 1,000. So they are an emanation. And so then there's Mother Mary, she of 1,000 roses. Mary Magdalene, she of 1,000 angels. White buffalo woman, she of 1,000 white clouds and thunder beings. Sophia, dragons, she who births sovereign creators. So So I love you. You are free. You are me, and we are one. So these goddesses are emanations of ourselves that we grow through like a womb. And then once we get through the womb, then we go through the eye. And this story is told as metaphors and myths and different names and colors and everything. And it serves to awaken us. So when Dorothy walked the yellow brick road, like an emanation or a puddle of water, she was in the god of chaos, water. And that is the I am, which is Yam. He's the god of child sacrifice. He sacrificed his own son, blah, blah. Well, then he's the god of chaos and war, and he was a jerk. And you don't want to be in there under the hypnosis of that. So you go to the eye of the needle. So it's a sound, a frequency of sound that we grow through. Here is the eye of Ra, right here. You can call it the eye of the needle. So the land of Oz goes to the land of Iris. And Iris is like the goddess of the rainbow. You fly over the 7 colors of the rainbow, right? And this is Osiris. And Osiris is Isis. Isis is eyes, 2 eyes. One eye under hypnosis. The other eye is the eye of Noah, or the eye of the spirit. 2 eyes. Once you go through the eye of the needle and you enter into this realm or reality, there's a secret third eye. And let thy eye be single, let thy third eye be single, and you enter into the tower of Horus, which is the son of Isis and Osiris. Now, Horus is the exact same story of Christ. He had 12 disciples. He raised the dead. He was baptized. His baptizer was beheaded. He was born of a virgin. He died and resurrected 3 days later. It's the same story as Christ. It's a trinity. It means, hi, mother, father needs a third. You have to have a third eye. And Mary, Joseph, Jesus, the 3 wise men, the 3 gifts, the 3 crosses. Jesus and his 12 disciples is 13. You're the one who needs your trinity, Neo. Follow the white rabbit. Here's a little rabbit. Bop, bop. So Horus is the eye, and it is the falcon. And that falcon is also connected to Mary Magdalene. Magdalene means tower and represents the number 13. Mary Magdalene has 13 letters in her name. And Horus, Mary Magdalene, all these energies just change depending on what spirit brings you to. If you're brought to Christianity, then here you go, Mary, Joseph, Jesus. Oh, you're into Egyptian, Eastern religion? Okay, here's Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Oh, you're into Buddhism? Well, here you go. And all these religions change names, but it really just comes from the same story of source. It all just starts with 0 and 1. 0 and 1. And once the zeros and ones become balanced, it creates a trinity, and then you get scientific. Then you realize, oh my gosh, I was an embryo that doubled and became born again through protons, neutrons, and electrons. 666. And oh my gosh, electrons live forever. I had to have that trinity. Otherwise, if I was in duality, Isis, that wouldn't have worked. It has to be a trinity. That's exactly what your piece is saying also. So take a picture. 666, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons is 18. The number 9, which is a master. You becoming a master. And these communications will probably keep emanating forever, because someone knocking on a door is called the enterer of the threshold. Once you enter the threshold, ooh, yikes. You become somebody who is under a celestial school, and you are the dweller of the threshold, the rebellion of the threshold, or you are literally letting go of your ego and you become self-slain, and then you achieve annihilation of your ego, but you still retain your sanity. And then you hear the voice of your higher self, and then it says you become a scryer and an oracle, and then you will be led into a circle of light, and then you will be entering into the presence of the eternal gods, and then you will learn the wisdom of the breath, which is what you're doing right there. When you get into the wisdom of the breath, then you get into the wisdom of vibration and invisibility and blah, blah. Looks to me like that's where you are, Vanessa. You're in the wisdom of the breath. You're in the wisdom of invisibility. And it's a tree that takes you into a school, an invisible school, a celestial school of spiritual intelligence. Not everyone will trust this. I don't trust this book all the way. But I know that there's truth in here that I know for a fact is exactly what I was brought into, and that I was told I had to, because otherwise the embryo stops growing. What happens when an embryo stops growing? The embryo must be fed, the embryo must grow, the embryo must succeed, the embryo must birth, the embryo must go to its divine inheritance. And that's why you don't look back. That's why you don't stop. That's why you keep going. And that's why it's the story of 11 from Stranger Things. Papa wanted 11 to become an oracle that opened portals. And there were many 11s. Many failed. Some succeeded. Some became evil. So if you are 11, you are a chosen one. So the number 10 is that you have perfected yourself. The number 11 means you become a creator of new worlds. It's an awesome story. You're going to want to take a picture of this. You're going to want to crop it. You're going to want to mirror it. You're going to want to have sanctuary with it. You're going to want to keep it sacred. It will continue to speak to you. If you want this original, or if you want me to make a video where it's digitally painted, you can purchase that on my website, forestfairy.com. I think it's the most incredible piece, and I think it explains in a very strange way how the emanation of the number 6 or 0 turns to number 9 and 6 through that puddle. But then once it reaches here, it turns into a completely different story. And that's a wonderful thing. Oh, you can see the Ankh right there. You see it? Oh, you had a question about digitally printed. So what I do is I digitally paint your piece, because if I literally painted all of your pieces, I would be spending 6 hours per person on your pieces, and I just don't get paid enough for that, and I just don't have time. I like to spend my time in nature. I like to make a lot of things, and I like to balance my humanity with my spirituality and my technical side, being online, with being offline. I wish I could paint all of your pieces. You do have the option of receiving your piece painted. It's $100, and I will paint it for you and spend the time to do it. But I can't do them all for free. That's why I spend about an hour digitally painting your pieces. And some of you guys, I digitally paint your piece for free. And so it's a lot of my time, but I do it because our higher self wants us to learn this stuff. And so I obey my higher self. But, you know, it's nice to receive something in return, for sure. So just know that these are esoteric truths that take you to the table of alchemy, where all of us are being asked to get into symbology at this time, sacred numerology, and many other things. So yeah, like I did paint someone's piece, and I haven't mailed it yet. I'm supposed to mail it. I'll show you what I did with their piece, because I just felt like that was my first piece that I did after being sick and being attacked and going through so much, that she was the first one. I think she was the first one that I actually did on a canvas that I could paint. And I did digitally paint it, but I also painted it for real. And I think I just felt led to do that one piece. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this takes so long. I am not going to paint everyone's piece. So I will show it to you. And I'm going to mail it tomorrow because tomorrow, and I made this one for, this is a cabinet for Opal Star that I made. And Spirit said to turn it into, so she glows in the dark and everything. And Spirit said, turn this into a shield and a divination piece. And I was like, how? And so you can see, I don't know if you can see that it glows. Well, anyway, what you do is you just take it off and it turns into a shield. And you can use it as a shield, or you can use it as a divination piece and spin it. If the head is upside down, it means no. If the head is right side up, it means yes. And then you just align it up like this and you just snap it back on. So it just snaps on and it glows in the dark. So anyway, I make a lot of those things. I make cabinets that play music and shelves and things that reflect an inner enlightenment, outer enlightenment, doors, shields, all that stuff as a prayer and as a remembrance for you guys that you have a higher self and a team that loves you. You're not alone. And that when I do the will of my higher self and you guys do the will of your higher self, suddenly we're starting to get the big picture going on here. So here is the piece that I painted. And then let me turn the light off because I'm not even going to tell them that this one glows in the dark. So watch this. This is going to be so funny. They're going to get their piece in the mail and they're going to be like, ah, ha, ha, this is so cool. I kind of like it. It's neat. This is cool. I like the whatever. And then they're going to put it in their room somewhere. And then they're going to see it come to life in the dark because that's what we're doing. We're lighting up the darkness. And she totally, I don't know if we can see how well it glows, but she totally glows. Let me get all the glowing here. Boop, boop. Shoop. See it? Isn't that cool? Wait, this one glows really good too. Ah ha ha. How about this? Put it in a window and it'll like totally glow. The people with the eyeglasses, I really made them glow because I wanted her to see how they glow because it's like technology, all that. So I can paint it for you, but you guys, please be a good mommy to me and be aware that I have to balance my home life with my work. I have to balance my spirituality with my humanity. I have to have nature time and I have work time. I give a lot of my time for free. And I also offer an avenue for you guys to pay for it. So I'm willing to stretch myself out for you, but I'm not going to go too far. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and you guys, a lot of you guys who have followed me for a long time have really done a lot of work to help me. Opal Star, Stargazer, Mary Jane, so many of you guys have worked your butt off to try to get me to go live again because I was banned from my original account. And my original account, I have like over 98,000 followers there. I worked my butt off for that account. And because I read for Jonah and a symbol showed up because he was born on a particular birthday, they chose to ban me for life on that account. I worked 6 years to get that account going. 6 years. Day out, day in out, day in out. Reading for you guys since 2020. We did a book. I did The Looking Glass 2020 for you guys. All the readings that I did for you. What Spirit was saying to you. Back then, we were all underwater. We hadn't even gotten in the boat yet. We were just getting in the boat. We were in the number 22. And all of these messages were almost collective for us. See the third tower? 2 towers, third tower? And we were being told so much. I was never banned all those 6 years. All of a sudden, a stupid symbol shows up, and this app decides to ban me for life. I was crushed. And I took it as a sign to never come back to TikTok again. But many of you guys worked your butts off. Yaya of the garden, she helped me. Many of you guys helped me and worked your butts off to get me back here. So for that, that's why I want to give you free readings. I want you to have your art. I will do work for you. And many of you guys did a lot of work for me, and I am very thankful and I'm appreciative. And I have lots of things to give. I don't mind giving. I receive a lot already, but I just also don't want to be totally taken advantage of, because if I give you a free reading and you take it as a sham or something silly or as a cartoon symbolism, and you don't see the significance of a divine message just for you, an alchemical message of your spiritual ascension and what that looks like. Oh, thank you so much, Jules. Thank you, baby. I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. If you don't see the significance of it and how your higher team is there saying, hello, this is who you are. This is how I see you. This is where you came from. This is where you're growing. You are scientific. You are numerical. You are an emanation. You're a puddle. You're many things. And how your energy emanates out and becomes a mirror of the Most High. If you don't think that's significant, then yeah, I feel embarrassed to even read, right? Because I know how significant it is. I wish I had a reading like that. I don't even read for myself. So it's so awesome. But y'all's readings bless me also, because last night I was met by a spirit team and they said, show me how you know how to fly. And I was like, okay. I just ran like 3 steps and then flew. And I was flying around inside a house, and they were like, but how long can you fly? And I said, how long? I said, I live here in Panama City Beach. Thank you so much for the roses, guys. Thank you so much. I live here in Panama City Beach. And I said, I'll fly all the way to Pensacola and back. And they were like, show us. And I said, okay. And I did. I flew all the way to Pensacola and back. That's 2 hours there, 2 hours back. And so I was being tested on the spirit realm. So there's things that are happening when we step into the emanation of our inner power. Your power grows like a house. First, your house may be abandoned and empty, like Dorothy's house. Then it grows like a muggle house. And then it grows into a mall. And then it turns into a mansion. When it gets to the mansion stage, you knock at the door and then you enter into your power. When you start stepping into your power, whether it's the power of your voice, the power of your hands, the power of your oracle abilities, the power of scrying, the power of seeing on the spirit realm, the power of awakening, the power of elements, the power of dance, or whatever it is that you're into. Ah ha ha. Thank you, Stargazer. Thank you for the tuck. I love you. I'm going to give you a prize out of here. Let me close my eyes and see what spirit gives you. You ready? Little present for you. 2 presents. Oh, what else do we have here? Aha. All right, you get a beautiful stone, a heart stone. Really cool one too. And it's a set of books. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 books here. And it's a sticker. And the sticker of the books is about fairy tales. So the power of myth. Maybe you need to write a story about your future or your life. You have Glinda and the Witch. Good and evil. Good versus evil. Duality. Yin and yang. You have a sticker of the eye and a triangle. This is, when the eye is at the top, it's observing duality at the bottom. So people think it's a jerk symbol. It's not really. But jerks do steal divine symbols. They do steal them. And then you have this beautiful window. And the window is like a stained glass window of the moon and the sun. And how it swirls like this. Look at the swirly of it. Looks just like that. Isn't that cool? So these communications, when you enter the threshold, when you grow your spirit like an embryo, it's like you're turning into this. It's like they're doing something with our consciousness. And it gets kind of crazy because sometimes my spirit self. Oh, thank you, Jules. Am I gonna get a present for you too? Let's get her in the box here. What's Jules gonna get? What is she gonna get here? What we gonna get? Oh, what? You got the Tin Man. You get the heart. That's good. This is the color purple. That's the color of the Holy Spirit. Look at that. Looks like a mirror. Ooh, teddy bear, Star Truther. We'll get you one too. Oh, look what else you got. You know what this is? It's a secret. Open up the locket. Let me get the locket opened. Ooh, it's a locket. You open up the locket. Oh, thank you, Stargazer. Oh, thank you. Who's that? Oh, you guys all want presents. Here we go. Let me show you what this is. Once upon a time, Jules looked at her heart and didn't know that it glowed in the dark. When you think about your heart chakra, you're like, what? It doesn't glow. Your heart doesn't glow. Every book on earth proves that your heart does not glow. Uh-huh. Yeah, it does. All right. Move on from there. Let's turn on that light. There we go. So these are, Dorothy, blue dress, walking the yellow brick road, da-da-da-da-da-da, walking the yellow brick road, da-da-da-da-da-da, like a game. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in Boxman. You get stuck in Boxman, you have to wait until the box opens up into a cross, and then you can keep going. All right, you got in timeout there. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ooh, you get to go to the DNA. Zip, this makes you go really fast. Zip. Oh, thank you, Chris. Chris is going to get a present too. Then you get to go here. And if you want to go in this room, you have to get a special number or something, because otherwise you can't go in here and come out of here. So this could be a game. Okay. Chris gets a present. Let's see what Chris gets. Let's dig all the way to the bottom of this present. Oh, what? First of all, you got a beautiful ring. Dang. Put that over here. You got a wolf sticker. You got a crystal. And a green Emerald City coin. Green heart. Do you know that it's a curse for a coin to have two images? One image on one side and a completely image on the other side? It polarizes you. This one doesn't. It's the same image on both sides. Aha! Oh, and a locket. What are you guys always getting lockets? You know what happens when you have a locket? It's one heart. You're all by yourself. Poor darling. Let me give you a kiss. Mwah. And what? The locket opens up, and you're not alone anymore. Two hearts. You have to open the box up. That's the game we need to play. So we'll have all these little things. When Dorothy or whatever character walks this, if you get this heart and the heart opens up, then guess what? The box opens and you get to move forward to the DNA. Yay! It'd be a cool game. Oh, look. Somebody got a ring that's a nest with eggs in it. What you think will hatch. Uh-huh. Oh! Alex, you get a present. Thank you, guys. If you guys want presents, I will give you some. Let's see what you get. I'm going to dig in the treasure box. Bam, bam. What will we get? You got the Tin Man. Everybody's getting the Tin Man. You know that's an anointing, right? If you want out of your timeline, you have to have the anointing oil. Then you get out of the Wicked Witch. Oh, you have two rings. One with snakes. And the other one with a purple heart. Oh, you're going through a divine marriage. 3 rings. Emerald, purple, and the snakes. Ooh. And then you got a locket. Why is everybody getting lockets? That's the 3rd locket. Kiss. Get to open your locket, your box, through the anointing and the divine kiss. You're not alone anymore. And you got a rock. Got a rock energy. Earth rock energy. You see a face in there? I do. All right, my website is forestfairy.com. You can text me right after. Don't be a jerk with your texts. Don't text me past, 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Forestfairy.com. And then I just text you back and say, hey, you want to go live tomorrow? Or whatever. And whatever day I have available, whatever time I usually go live at 2 o'clock p.m. Central. All right. And then I'm usually on until like 5 or so. So forestfairy.com. 1 R in forest, 2 R's in fairy. Forestfairy.com. All right. And what I do is we go live and we go over your reading for however long. Doesn't matter. I don't put a time limit on it. Sometimes it's an hour. All right. Spirit tells you what Spirit needs to tell you. Trust in divine timing. Take your reading as sacred. It tells you where you are and where you're going, what element you're really good at. Like this one, Vanessa, it's water and fire. These are the elements. Also very scientific mind going on here. All right. Then I digitally paint your piece, and this is only $50, so it's like a lot of time, and make a video. Sometimes I turn your piece into a music video where we do a meditation with it, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to connect with the element of water, the phoenix fire. We're trying to connect with the invisible ones through sound and through frequency and through repetitive. Music is a great way to remember what the invisible ones are trying to make you really kind of solidify within your biofield and your energetic body. So that's why I do that. So just go and watch those videos. We make a lot of videos, and I just do what Spirit tells me to. So if Spirit tells me to do a lot, I do a lot. Spirit says I don't. You guys don't throw a fit and gripe and say, oh, Spirit doesn't love me. It's just all divine timing. It's whether I have the time and whether I have the energy and whether it's just whatever. And we work like that together, right? Just trust me, I'm never doing anything to take advantage of anyone. All I'm doing is doing the will of my higher self, and so are you. So that way neither of us get offended. Yeah. We have 111 in the room again. Did you know that that's the number of the sun? The magical square of the sun. When you get into numerology, if any of you are getting into the advancement of numerology, which I need to as well, you will get into magical squares. Magical squares are a table. And there's a circular table and a square table. And these tables look like this. And they are numerical. And when you get into the square table, you get into squares and numerology. And when you get into that, you will get into ones and zeros. When you get into ones and zeros, it will take you into what these numbers mean and how you can affect your reality by placing numbers on the table. Now, these tables are magical and they work, and they are connected to mostly the number 0 and 1, which for some reason the number 4 is the most important number to the spirits, because number 1 is light. Number 2 is darkness and light. Number 3 is darkness, water, and light. Number 4 is earth, water, air, and fire. Now, when you add up 1, 2, 3, and 4, it equals 10, which is an emanation of 1, which is speaking of emanation. So what they say is you take these particular codes of numbers and you can affect and create realities. So it says, within the pages of this book lies one of the most powerful mandalas of the Western mystery tradition. For the first time in English, that Nineveh Sadrach has lifted the veil on a magic square whose properties astonished the magi of an age long past. They hid this square from the uninitiated with arcane terms such as red sulfur or the great elixir, and they attributed its power to the rise of figures such as Alexander the Great. You use numerology, it's like you're stepping into Something for hundreds of years, advanced adepts of Western occultism had no inkling of the existence of such a magical power artifact, but now you do. And it is a blueprint for constructing a mandala of power to awaken its energy within your life. And these are connected to the number 10, and the 10 additional variations will help to manifest the spiritual power of the emanations of the tree of life. Emanations. Crazy. And this book is called Magic Squares. Hold on, get that light off there. Magic Squares and the Tree of Life, Western Mandalas of Power by Nineveh Shadrach. Now, I've only read a few pages because my mind gets overwhelmed with information. So the way I do it is I take a few bites of this, I make a video, and I make a song about it. That way I permeate it in my head. I take the most significant paragraph and I make a song and a meditation out of it with music. Like this one. The number 1 is associated with divinity itself, the first principle, and the Hermetic monad. It represents unity and singularity, which is considered a divine attribute. In effect, number 1 contains all other numbers, and as such, all numbers are manifestations of 1. So I would have made a video about just that paragraph and then presented you guys with what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like. I would bring in the heart of a child. I would bring in laughter and some silly things along with it so that I bring my magic to numerology. And then I just let it go, because they talk about the number 100. It's the termination or final manifestation of the emanations of the second world. So when we're looking at Vanessa's piece, like I told you, we could talk about this all day. This is the emanation of 10, 10, then 100. So the number 100 is the final manifestation of the emanation of the second world. It is a world. And then if you consider the fourth world, the world of manifestation and materialization, the third world is the world of images in the mind of the logos. The third world, the mind and the logos. That's the mind. Then it is the spiritual consciousness water before it takes form in the universe as earth. And so it's 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. And it just, they tell you what it is. And the number 1 is the first mind, the second mind, the third mind, the fourth mind, the fifth mind, the sixth mind, the seventh, eighth, ninth mind. Then when you get to after the ninth mind and you get to the number 10, then you step into chief in charge of power. Then the number 20, the angel of the stars. The number 30, angel of Saturn. Number 40, angel of Jupiter. Number 50, angel of Mars. Number 60, angel of the sun. Number 70, angel of Venus. Number 80, angel of Mercury. Number 90, angel of the moon. 100, chief in charge of speaking. That's what I'm seeing with Vanessa. Chief in charge of speaking. Emanation of 100. But, I mean, we have to be like freaking Einstein to understand the language of the invisible ones, right, Choo Choo? It's like, I don't know. So I encourage you guys, if you do get these, I don't know how your mind works, but mine works in small doses. I can't take too much information at once. I won't retain it all. I take the most important thing I see in here and I turn it into a song and then a video and then I share it. I'm like, hey, y'all, look at this. And everyone's like, that's stupid. Like, unlike, whatever. It doesn't matter. But what it does is it memorizes the information in my mind. So then the next thing I do is I find another paragraph I find incredibly significant. And then I go and I make another video for you guys talking about the emanations of number 1 to 1,000. And I turn into a video. And then what it does, I don't know what it does for you, but what it does for me is when I read for you guys, I have memorized it in such totality that I'm able to repeat these messages from these books verbatim. And then, but I don't ever really read the whole book because I couldn't make that many videos. So I don't read all my books all the way. I just find the most important thing and then I share it, and then I don't know what I do after that. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you guys are saying some cool stuff. Yeah, Joe, that's totally true. You same, I can't book on your site. You go to forestfairy.com and then you go to shop and then I don't know. I just had an order yesterday, so maybe keep trying. I don't know. I need to get Cash App, don't I? I took it off because they were like, give me your passport. Send me a picture of your driver's license. I'm like, oh, F off. Like, how many times do I have to send you guys all my personal stuff? Just, I gave you my bank information. Just let that be it. I don't like people just up my business, you know? So I just deleted the app. But maybe if you guys want me to make it easier on you, I'll get a Cash App and I'll put that link on here. The only thing I'm afraid of is I'll get so many orders that I'll be backed up and booked. I'll tell you, last year, if I showed you my bookings, last year I was booked up for an entire month. And I freed myself of that and all that. So I'll see what I can do. Somebody just ordered. Julie, let me see. Yeah, somebody just ordered. So just to let you know, if you ordered from me, I'm going to read for you tomorrow, not today, because I want Spirit to talk to me tonight while I'm dreaming. And then I want enough energy to do your reading tomorrow, because today was just a lot. We did a lot of free readings and a lot of information. And me, I get burned out, right, Choo Choo? Choo Choo says yes. This other Choo Choo says, I'm going to destroy your... Stop it. Stop. So you just ordered. What you do is you text me. My number is on there. And then I will tell you, let's go live tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. or 12 o'clock or whatever time. And I'll try to get you guys in tomorrow. All right. My husband's almost has dinner ready. And I've got, yeah. Is it ready? Okay. So dinner's ready. I've got to go. Big hugs. Thank you for all the gifts. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Trust in divine timing. Trust in your higher self. Trust in your reading. Mirror your reading. This isn't just the same reading. Mirror it. You'll see other stuff. Color it. Paint it. Think about it. Ponder about it. Read or dream about it. And you will see that it's an anointing. And you and the Tin Man will be moved out of a timeline like a little character on a game. And you'll be like, I was here, and then I was thrown over here. And then all of a sudden, I came over here. I don't know how I moved timelines. I guess this is how shifting mountains go. And oh my word, what is this, DNA? Oh, hello, Missy. Where are we going here? You have entered into the realm of 13. You must knock at the door. How many times? 3 times, obviously. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Knock in. Boop. Oh, I'm reborn as a phoenix. Hello, everybody. I get to be immortal with you guys. Blah, blah. It's a game. It's silly. Keep the heart of a child. It's serious, but it's not, right? Right, Choo Choo? All right, guys. Big hugs. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.